Yo, what is going down, y'all? Welcome in the most underrated podcast. The homie Dal Palantonio sitting across from me. I am your man, Thomas the Franchise. JJ Stringstein here at the end of the table, broadcasting from Certified Tattoo Studios. You already know. I love this jam full.
It's a great jam.
I just wish we could not get clipped for copyright and we could just listen to it and have a sing-along.
That's true.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
No, dude, so many topics. Welcome in, man, the most underrated podcast. Thank you guys, as always, for joining us for each and every show, supporting, coming through in the comments, man, as you guys always do. Sometimes I feel like I end the show and I'm like, fuck, I didn't say thank you enough to the audience. So I want to start off today by saying thank you to you guys, man. Right here in the drop, too. Ooh, right where the beat dropped out real quick. You would think I'm fucking up here on the ones and twos. No, I'm just kidding. How was your weekend, Dal? How's it going, man?
Weekend was good, man.
We can live.
Dude.
For 1,000 years.
I'm still listening to this, man. Hey,
right,
fuck your weekend.
Hey, fuck
your weekend. Let me listen to this. Okay.
Look at your boy got a haircut real quick. Stringstein.
Yeah. Let me see.
I'm no longer like homeless looking.
Wow.
Growing it out, dude.
Yeah, that really wasn't the plan. It was just more I was just too busy and was just trying to save money for bills and everything. And yeah, I finally was like, I need to stop because I took a photo.
Look
and
at
my
that.
like hair was all the way down my fucking chin.
Was it?
My bad. Down my chin.
Hey, you mean it was really, really down to your chin? You're really passionate about it. I get it.
Dude,
like
the
the last time it was that long was when I was in 8th grade, so it was so bad. And I definitely needed to change it up for once. But
Nice.
Good man.
Congrats.
You know what? I need a haircut. Check this out, dude.
yeah, I'm starting to see that mullet going.
Yeah. Well, and I think that's what I've decided to do.
No.
Dude, I
man.
was just texting my haircut lady this morning.
My haircut lady.
My haircut lady.
Not a stylist, not
my barber. You know, my haircut lady is
Okay.
how is what I like to call her.
Laying in the cut.
And I think Thursday I have the day off. I think I might go get a haircut. I'm trying to figure out if I just continue to grow out, because that was initially the plan. Grow out to the shoulders. Let's take it back to the 90s. Let's do this thing real big. Got the Sean Kemp jersey, 90s. I am 90s, okay?
Look at you.
What do you know about that?
Dal Palantonio, if you're not watching on YouTube, he's got the Sean Kemp throwback jersey on, Seattle Supersonics.
Let me stand up.
One of the ones I just said on the last cast, I was like, or maybe it was a couple casts ago, where they were asking what's kind of the grail of throwbacks. I said that was one, man. To have that, is that the OG one too? Hardwood Classics, Mitchell and Ness, 94, 95. Dude, that's the one to have, bro.
The old swing man.
That is sick. I'm just, I'm rocking some vintage Tommy for your mommy. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
The extra large Tommy crew neck with the little flag stitched in on here on the cuff, which is super, super dope.
You know what I like about it? It matches your off-white band on the watch.
Yep.
You got the Dunk from Aboves on right now.
Jordan 4s.
Hey.
I love this pair. Dude, this is such an underrated pair for me just because it's kind of got that Michigan vibe to it.
I'm not going to bring up Michigan. I wasn't until you just said them.
Right.
God rest their souls.
They didn't die in a
Michigan
plane crash
State
on the way home.
Michigan
Dallas.
State.
They got home okay.
They got their ass.
They
got their ass beat.
They lost by 7 in a
7
regular
points.
season game. It's not like we got booted out the tournament. It's not like you're RIP. God rest their souls. What are we doing?
God rest their
here?
souls. Getting beat by Michigan State. That hurts, dog.
How about no?
All right, we did get beat.
No.
We did get beat.
You know what? So did KU. KU is hanging by a thread. I don't even know. Are they going to just get kicked out of the tournament? They're playing so shitty this year. It's unbelievable.
I would not.
Unbelievable.
It wouldn't shock me if KU was out in the round of 32.
Dude, I'm not putting any money on those guys, man. Round of 32, I don't think they get past
This
that.
is the time where we kind of start getting locked in on college basketball. Michigan obviously didn't look great against Michigan State.
Correct.
Honestly, we've had some letdown games. I mean, but Michigan State's still a top 10. What are they? They were 10. So top 10 team. So 10 beat 7 or we either 7 or 6 going in yesterday. I don't remember, but same thing. We lost a couple weeks ago to Wisconsin. Had some really bad losses, but I think they're still tournament bound and tournament ready. I think they're still going to do some damage in the tournament. Whether they make it back to the Final Four or even the NCAA championship like last year, I'm not sure.
Yeah.
I think they are missing. They don't have the depth that they had last year.
Yeah.
But
I think they make it to the Elite Eight.
they're better than KU.
Yeah, absolutely.
KU's fucking terrible.
KU's in the dog.
Damn it. The F-bombs, man. I was at dinner with my aunt this weekend.
How'd that go?
We'll kind of get into the weekends. Or not at dinner, sorry. I was at breakfast yesterday. And she was talking about the F-bombs, my other aunt. Not.
Oh, really?
Yeah, not my Aunt Berta, my Aunt Holly. She's like.
The one that wasn't a teacher.
Right.
It's not a teacher.
Right. She's like, I had to stop listening to the cast. There's too much F-bombs. Well, she didn't even tell me that. My cousin did. Ariel's sitting there. I'm like, what do you mean? Why didn't you say anything to me? Why didn't you? I was like, this is what we're doing. We're family. You can't even let me know that there's too much cussing going on in the cast. You can't even let me know that there's some unnecessary. She's like, don't start with me. You know, she didn't want the smoke because
wow.
She told me I didn't want the smoke because I was in a bad mood. I already showed up, bro. Let me tell you this. Let me just get into my weekend real quick.
Cool. Then I'll get into mine.
Yeah, we'll run this down.
Cool.
So the weekend was actually really good, but while I was in it, I didn't think like how well it was going. Him and JJ and I worked on Saturday. It was all right. It was cool. Whatever. We did our thing for work. And then yesterday I had a plan. I had a bunch of clothes. I was gonna have JJ come by, go through them, take whatever he wanted. Yayo hitting down a bunch of shit to me. Nice. I'm handing a bunch of shit down to JJ. Like just stuff that we're not gonna use anymore. Just stuff that either doesn't fit us or whatever. You're just over on it.
Sure.
So let JJ come by, scoop what he wants. I mean, the man got all his clothes stolen out of the dryer, for God's sakes. You know, he needs clothes. This guy needs gear, fool.
I appreciate anything.
Say no to community.
Right.
To community washer and dryers. What's up?
Yeah, right, exactly.
Right.
So I'm going to do that. That's like my plan in the morning. I'm going to wake up, I'm going to get all this stuff done. I have this plan. Late night, I get hit with a text on Saturday night. I get hit with a late night text by you, inviting me to do something on Sunday night, which I already had planned, so it just didn't work out.
And I didn't hear from you, so I was nervous.
Yeah, you thought I was dead.
Did you die?
Yeah, because I was trying to check and coordinate and see if there's any way we could even make this happen. Is it even possible? I know we had plans, so
it would have been nice to say, "Hey, cool, I'll check on it."
Yeah, it would have been cool.
Didn't say it.
Didn't say anything.
No.
Just said, just in my mind, I said I'm going to check on it. Cool. Went to check on it. Wasn't vibing.
Appreciate that.
So anyway, I hit you back on Sunday morning. After I figured it out. It's ironic because you were texting me like, "Are you alive?" Right as I was about to right as I was just getting confirmation that we couldn't go.
I sent you some smoke.
Right. It was just checking up. Whatever. Yeah. I don't take it like that. So anyway, I'm going to Saturday night. I got my plan all laid out for Sunday. You send me the late night text. Kind of throws a little wrench. Not really a wrench, but I'm like, all right, cool. I'll check on it. I get another late night text from my cousin like, "Oh, hey, we're doing a little birthday breakfast tomorrow morning for your aunt." Not knowing that
JJ's coming by.
Yeah, I had JJ, coming by in the morning. Already had planned that out. So I have to hit JJ. I'm like, "Hey, we got to bump this thing. I got a family breakfast I got to go to." Not only is it the family breakfast early in the morning, way last minute, it's all the way on the other side of town, like almost in Golden, like at the Denny's on 6th and Sims, bro.
Oh, yeah, I'm from there.
It's basically Golden. You know what I mean? So
you might as well go
deep Lakewood.
You might as well go snowboarding.
Right. I might as well go hit the slopes at that point.
I
right?
would.
Yeah. So I'm deep Lakewood. So I get in I'm already running late, but I'm about to make it. It's breakfast at 11:15. I'm about to make it on time. I jump in the whip. I start backing out. Tire sensor goes off. I'm like, what the fuck's going on here, dude? Flat tire, bro.
Oh, not even low on you. Got flat.
Just flat. I go out and look at the car. Flat tire, bro. Right there. So I have to go out. Put the spare tire on,
the donut,
get it on. I get over there. I'm rolling at 11:45. I'm a half hour late,
because you're only supposed to go 55 on those things,
dude. Yeah, it's not, and I was not doing that either. I was doing 85, so that was not very safe. I felt the car pulling too every time I'd hit time I'd hit a crack. I freaking, how a donut is. Yeah, you get stuck on a pumpkin seed coming out of the damn pumpkin patch on one of those donuts.
Okay, Jimmy Johnson, just create accidents like he's been doing. It's fine. Okay.
But I wasn't Jimmy Johnson, but I was his pit crew on that tire change. I had the lug nuts going. I was quick with it, dude. I was out there in gear too. Of course, I was geared up because I was getting ready to go to breakfast. I was looking nice, so I'm out there in gear. I got the Hyper Crimsons on. I'm changing tires in the parking lot. I'm feeling like the man. Aloe Black's playing.
Yeah.
So I'm having a bad morning and I'm late, but I'm like, I'm banging this out. No big deal. Change the tire, throw the donut on, get going. I get over there. I make it. We get to breakfast. I let them know. I walk in. I'm like, man, I'm really hungry. I'm annoyed. I'm frustrated. I'm having a bad day. I'm having a bad morning. I let everybody know.
Set expectations.
I sit down at the table. I'm like, I'm having a bad fucking morning. I need some coffee. I need some water. And I need some breakfast. So I sit there. We're talking for a little bit. Everyone's kind of small talk. I get wind my aunt doesn't want the podcast anymore. She's already gotten wind of me being in a bad mood, sitting down at the table. So she decides, she's like, so my cousin's like, "Oh yeah, well Aunt Holly doesn't listen anymore." But she's like, "It's gotten so much better, Aunt Holly. Don't worry about it. F-bombs are better. Blah 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 blah." She's telling her, "I'm like, you stopped listening? I didn't know you stopped listening. You stopped listening because of the F-bombs, and you didn't fill your boy in and be like, hey, maybe we tone that down a little bit." I mean, am I ever sitting here like I'm not willing to get better? Am I ever sitting here like a guy you can't talk to realistically and be like, hey, just a little bit of this, a little bit of constructive criticism, a little feedback for you? So instead, she just stops listening. So to anyone else that's just stopped listening out there without giving a guy any feedback, like I approach this podcast like I do my relationship. I want to be open with you guys. I want to be honest with you guys. I want to be able to talk about whatever we bring to the table in an open, honest fashion. Candidly, I don't want, if there's a problem with something, let's bring it to the table. So I was pretty disappointed in my aunt there. I'm not going to lie. A little disappointed. So she tells me I don't want the smoke. So, because I started checking her about not listening to the podcast.
Sure.
She tells me I don't want the smoke. Rightfully so. I
Take that L on the way out.
that's fine. I don't, I'm not going to bag on my aunt at breakfast. I'm already in a bad mood.
Right.
So whatever, I let it go. The lady, I order my thing. Lady comes out 10 minutes after into ordering my thing, or the guy, hey, sorry, I order a Philly cheesesteak omelet. Hey, we don't have any prime rib. I'm sorry, man. We can't. I was like, of course you don't. Why would we have any prime rib? Right. The way my morning's going, 45 minutes late, freaking flat tire. Like, why would we have any prime rib? You know what I mean? We're not doing that. No problem. I was just annoyed. I was like, cool, bring back the menu. I'll figure it out. Brings me the menu. I'm staring at this shit for like 3 to 5 minutes solid. Just can't find anything else. Dude, I'm to the point where I'm already annoyed. I'm so hungry at this point.
But you have your coffee and water.
Yeah.
Do you?
I think I have water. I have water at this point. I have water at this point.
So yeah, you're still up here.
Right. Okay. So, and honestly, the coffee on an empty stomach is going to make me more intense. I'm already in an intense mode. Caffeine with no food is not going to be better.
Plus, you might shit your pants.
Yeah, might poop myself in the middle of the restaurant.
Fuck coffee.
They come back by. Hey, did you decide on anything yet? I'm like, no. I'm over the rails, dog. I'm off the rails at this point. I've already had my mind on the Philly cheesesteak omelet. I thought the shit was coming out. It's not coming out. So I'm sitting, I'm annoyed, I'm frustrated. Anything more we could, hey, you find anything? No. Let's just throw chicken in. I was like, close the menu, fuck it. Let's just do some dried chicken in there. Just throw some chicken. I don't care. Do chicken instead of steak, whatever. So then they come back out again like another 5 minutes later, unsolicited. I don't even say anything. And this lady comes back by, and she's now my waiter, apparently. Maybe the guy left, I don't know, or they're switching. She's like, hey, just so you know, we're going to throw a sirloin, a steak in there for you instead of the... I'm like, okay, cool. In my mind, I'm thinking, what the fuck? I thought you guys were out of like steak or beef, like meat. You said you didn't have prime rib. I just assumed you didn't have steak. Like, why didn't we do this in the beginning? I didn't say all that, but I'm like...
That's what's in your head.
Yeah, in my mind, I'm just like, all right, whatever, dude, whatever. So she brings it out. Everything's cool. We mosey along. Everything's tight. Oh, shout out to the homie that follows the podcast that I saw in Dick's Sporting Goods yesterday at Colorado Mills Mall. Came up to me. That was super dope. I was there with Roselli. So after breakfast, Roselli and I went to go get him some new boots for work and shit. So we were just in the Nike outlet store and Dick's Sporting Goods, walking around Colorado Mills and just chilling, whatever. So we did that. And then someone said, what's up? Came said they follow the channel, the podcast. So that was dope. And then after that, dude, we go to dinner, Red Lobster last night. We go out. I told you we already had plans. We had a gift card that I'd gotten for Christmas. I was like, let's use the gift card. My girl want to do a little date night. We go out to Red Lobster. Couldn't get a water to save our life, bro. Now, God bless her soul, Joan. She's probably in her 60s. Couldn't get a water to save our life, dog. Like, literally, she's bringing us everything. And I had just smoked some weed before I went in the Red Lobster. I got cotton mouth like a mug. I'm in this bitch. I'm thirsty, dog. I'm thirsty. I'm feeling like...
You're feeling like Cottonmouth King, for sure.
For sure. Like, damn, bro. So I can't get any water. She brings out a peach tea, which I asked for. And I asked, I'll get a water in one of these peach teas. My girl says she'll get a tea too. And then I'm like, you want a water too? And I make sure I ask her, I'm like, babe, you want a water too? And the lady like nonchalant's like, oh yeah, no problem. They come with waters. Well, I'll bring you both water. No problem. Like says at the beginning, brings out the teas, no water. Brings out the appetizer, some stuffed mushrooms, no water. Brings out the salads, no water.
Wait.
Asked her again, can we get some water? No water. Go ahead.
Don't tell me you got them cheddar biscuits without water.
Did you know we got the cheddar biscuits with the stuffed mushrooms and the salad? No water. Dog, we're a half hour into this dinner. We've asked her 2 times, and there's been no water. Finally, my girl just grabbed someone else, a hostess. And she's like, hey, we've been waiting for a long time. Can we just get some water? At this point, we're thirsty, dog. There's not free refills on these teas. I'm 2 teas deep, and I still got no water, and I'm paying... I'm under the impression like these are not free refill teas. Like these are premium. They're called like Boston iced teas. Like they're premium fucking tea. So I'm sitting in this bitch, no water, still for it's over a half hour now. The hostess is like, okay, yeah, I'll go get those for you. Kind of weirded out, and I get it. Like it's not your problem. I understand, but we're also consumers that have been waiting here for a half hour, and Joan's shitting the bed over here. So we just like some water. Is all. And not to even make light, there's a gentleman that I think he's handicapped or autistic or something. He's working the front. He's like an autistic guy, or he's a host, very nice. When we came in, we were nice to him. She sends him over. This man now pops up at our table. I haven't seen this man since we got seated.
Wait, the host?
The host, bud. This man rolls over, bring it to the table. Hey guys, what's going on? Real nervous, you know, just like I said, I think he's a little slow.
Sure.
So I'm like, hey, what's up, man? No, we just want to get some water. And he's like, or he comes over, he goes, yeah, I was told to bring you guys some water. And he has a big old water pitcher. And I was like, yeah, my girl goes, yeah, we don't have any cup. We never got waters. Like, so he was just coming over to refill the water. He didn't understand we had never gotten any, dog. Like we have no glasses. Been here a half hour, 45 probably now at this point, you know? So we tell him like, I'm sorry, my man, we don't have a glass. We just wanted 2 glasses of water. He's like, oh, okay, my fault. And he runs away and we're like, man, what is this bitch ass? Not only Joan, not only the lady helping us. What is this bitch ass hostess? The one that she went and asked. She couldn't just go grab 2 water. She goes and grabs the autistic guy from the front to try to come bring. Like, what are you doing? I realize you got your own shit going on, but it was just overall. The food was excellent. Everything was fire. Just that service was so. I don't know, dude. It was just a perfect way to cap off the weekend that didn't go poorly. It actually was like a pretty good weekend. There was just certain things within the weekend that were like super frustrating. But you know what? I think after the weekend that we had last weekend with the whole the DUI stuff, and the car crash, and all the, you know, your situation, all the stuff that we dealt with last weekend, we kept telling ourselves like, we honestly had such a great weekend because the fact that we were chilling with each other, we had a lot of good things to be thankful for. We all went out to dinner, me, my lady, her mom and stuff, Thursday night. So that was super productive. That was really good. Like just for the family for all of us to kind of get together and talk and say, hey, we're in this thing together. It's not just Mia's fault. It's not just, we're all in this together. We're all in to support each other and get through it together was super cool. And that's basically what we talked about at dinner. Like, you know what, as funny as this is with us not having a water, and as funny as this whole situation is, it's a flat tire, and it's easy to be like, man, I'm having the worst time ever here. So, you know, it's easy to get like that. And it's funny, my aunt was telling me in church that morning, Sunday morning in church, she's like, you know what church was about this morning? Letting go of anger. And she's like, and I'm like, that's, for me, I get frustrated and get really mad in a moment, and I used to hang on to that forever. As I've kind of gotten older within the past, I don't know if it's this relationship I'm in or the past like year or whatever, I've really gotten so much better at letting go of anger and letting go of things that are not really a big deal. You know what I mean? And that's what this was, man. We were able to look at the situation and be like, wow, what a difference a week makes. This time last weekend, we were in turmoil. The relationship was like, man, how are we going to make this work? How are we going to get forward? Driving was a big part of the relationship as far as us not living super close together, you staying over. Like, there was just so many different questions, and what a difference a week makes, man. Now we're a week past it. We've moved on in a positive way. We've tried to look at all the negatives and turn them into positives and turn them into learning lessons and not just mistakes. And I feel so grateful, dude. I feel like so grateful coming out of the weekend that we're in the position we are now, that we're in such a positive place and such a great place to move forward. And I think we're all looking at it in the same way. So that's really what I wanted to say, man, is overall, no matter how bad things get, no matter how bad the weekend was or whatever happens, dude, we're a week later. I guarantee you, my girlfriend, at points, she thought about suicide. She thought about everything last weekend. She was like, I don't know, this is fucked. I disappointed everybody. I let everybody down. I let my man down. She was feeling so low. And the fact that we were able to support her and surround her in positivity, and she's able to realize that she messed up, made a mistake, was able to look in the mirror. I think it just gives us such hope for the future and moving forward, the future of our relationship, her future, everything. We're in such a better place than we were a week ago. That's 1 week, bro. Not a year, not 6 months down the road, 1 week. And we're in such a better place. So I said all that to say this. If you're in a position to where you feel like the doors are closing or things just can't get any better, or you got to end it, or whatever the case may be, a situation like what you just dealt with, stuff like that, man, things can be so much different a day later and a week later and a month later. You know what I mean? Things can just be so different. Don't be so hard on yourself. Don't get so down on yourself. Continue to push through. Continue to try to see the light at the end of the tunnel. Look at the positives, no matter how bad it is. And I'm not comparing my bad weekend or my frustrations this weekend to anything that you just went through. But in a roundabout way, I just want to say, no matter what, big or small, it all gets better.
Yeah,
it can all get better, dog. And that's really, thank you for letting me take the time at the beginning of the show to kind of lay all that out. You know, I know certain things were funny and stuff, but in a serious manner, things do get better, dude.
Yeah. I think the biggest takeaway is obviously surrounding yourself with support. You know,
support,
having
positivity.
the right support staff and positivity around you. And I think all of us can look at our lives and evaluate, like, you know, I go to certain people for certain things. You know, I might go to you for more logic. I might go to JJ for just, you know, somebody to listen to, kind of a soundboard, right? And then I go to my mom, who's going to be like, yo, here's what you need to do. Here's a plan. Here's what I think. Here, you know, that's what it is. And if you can surround yourself with people that are going to bring you up instead of bring you down, you're going to be in a lot better position, because you can't do it alone. There's just no way.
Well, plus, man, we all make mistakes, and we know we've made the mistake. What's the point of rubbing your nose in it or continuing to go look at it and say, look what you did, and be negative about it? Like, it is what it is, man. If they're a good person and they're remorseful and they feel remorse, then they're going to be able to move forward in a better way. Yeah. They're going to be able to make a change from the situation or however they were acting or the point they were in their life that got them to that bad place. They can make a change. You bet. You know what I mean? All they need is love and positivity. And there's obviously different situations. Addiction, something totally different. There's a lot of stuff that are just, you know, mental health issues. A lot of stuff is different. I'm just saying in general, man, if you're just feeling down, you're feeling out of it, surround yourself with positivity. Surround yourself with people that are going to be positive and help you get better, not people that are going to continue to drag you down and pull you into the negative. Yeah. Because who needs that in their life? You know?
Not me, that's for sure.
Right.
No, yeah.
So with all that said, man, how was your weekend? Did you guys do anything fun or?
My weekend was good.
Did you guys work? Are you guys back at work yet? Or?
We are, man. We've been back now just a few days here and there. I did take last Thursday off, but I got back to work on Wednesday. So Wednesday, Thursday off, Friday, Saturday, and then had yesterday off, which was nice. But yeah, slowly getting back into it. You know, I got to tell you, man, after a loss like this, obviously you think about a lot of different things. You think about, you know, relocating, getting closer to your family, rebuilding relationships that maybe aren't so great, or just making relationships that you know, that are good, even better than what they are. So you think about a lot of different things, a lot of self-reflection, a lot of self-evaluations, that kind of stuff. So I think we're all kind of still with that. I think we're obviously moving forward with the event that took place, the horrific event. But that being said, Robin and I were, Restaurant Week started here in Denver.
Oh, geez.
It is, dude, it is Restaurant Week.
Wait, it starts on Sunday?
Well, restaurants start, it goes from 2:22 to 3:03.
Oh.
Okay, is the actual thing. But we did our first session yesterday, like it was counseling. No.
First session.
We did our first Restaurant Week event last night. We went to Euclid Hall, which is actually downtown. It used to be called the Martini Ranch, which is weird because I used to run the doors at Martini Ranch for a short amount of time. Do you remember when the Real World staff was here? So I did doors when the Real World was here, which was pretty cool. So it was cool because I think this is my first time going back there, not being the Martini Ranch anymore, now this Euclid Hall. So it was cool kind of looking inside there and going into certain doors and places, because I still know the place. It's obviously completely different, but some pretty cool memories from there. But Robin and I were able to go have Restaurant Week there, pretty affordable. But usually we hit these places out of the park. Robin does a very, very good job. They had like a 4.5 review. Yeah. They're very good review. Dog, half of the food was phenomenal. The other half blue. DS or what? Blue, yeah. No way. No dead stock, just dog shit. Dog shit, yeah. Sure, dude. So what did I have? I had I had this chicken sandwich, which seems a little weak, but it sounded really good. They used this, dude. They used this habanero.
Should have gone healthier, man.
Dog. It seems a little weak.
They used this habanero like aioli.
Okay.
That was to die for. Dude, it was super hot, but man, it was good. But it was this pickled habanero chicken sandwich. So it had all these different.
And you're not a sandwich guy. You're not a bread guy. Dude, That's what's crazy about you and I.
And it's funny. Halfway through it, I shredded all the bread.
You got rid of it.
I'm not going to eat this. That's a waste of carbs, dog.
Right.
But they had some cheese curds with buffalo ranch sauce to die for.
Flames?
Dude.
Wow.
Flaming out of control, for sure. Flame on, okay?
Flame on.
So good, okay? Yeah. Robin had, God, what did she have, man? She had this burger, and it was like 2 patties, and it had like these dates kind of in the middle. So you had your, again, I just can't stand mixing sweet and salts. My palate just doesn't understand it. So when I took a bite of this, dog, you get this sweet taste from the dates, and then you get the burger. And it's so funky to me, but you know, people like Tamor, like that inside joke. They like that type of shit, and it's just so different to me. But the drinks were phenomenal. Robin had a couple cocktails that were just so delightful. I had a couple IPAs. I'll tell you this: IPAs, because they're super hoppy, they don't pair so well with hot food. Okay.
Let me just shit. I didn't even think about that.
Let me just give you a little bit of, if you don't know enough about beer or whatever, IPAs and hot stuff, didn't know, because I'm not a big beer connoisseur by any means. Yeah, it doesn't work.
Interesting.
It doesn't work. So I drank like 4 waters. The great news is I didn't have a problem getting waters.
Need some milk,
You know
man.
what I mean? So it was good. Yeah, you do need milk for sure.
Luckily, you didn't have a problem.
Yeah,
if
but
we were there,
yeah.
we didn't have no waters for 3 hours.
But an $85 dinner, you know, it wasn't bad. And of course you do get dessert and you have a shareable dessert. And it was like this, dude, PB&J ice cream with like this chocolate chip cookie thing below it, and then it had like these like half grapes on the side, and then it had like all these weird drizzled, you know, flavors of whatever inside there. It was pretty wild.
Here's what I hate about restaurant week and these restaurants and all this stuff that you're talking about.
Hit me.
I hate wasting money to try to find out what I like and what I don't like. 70% of that shit I would never have again. Probably 75 of it if we just want to make it easy. 25% I'd be like, oh, this is really good. I'd probably come back. But then I'm like, well, I probably wouldn't pay that much for that portion again. Like there's just, I start really taking the whole thing apart. Dog.
Well, the problem with Restaurant Week is they have a specialized menu
Exactly.
as well. So if you did like something, you go back.
It's not the same.
It's not going to be there,
right?
You know, more than likely. So, yeah, I get that concept. But for people like Robin, and I'll stand up for her on this because it is nice. Restaurant Week is discounted versus what you would go and pay at that same restaurant any given week. That being said, I can understand it from that perspective. So Robin wants to go to
just to fill people in on what if people aren't from Denver, they do this 5280 week or restaurant week here in Denver, and they take all the high end restaurants here in Denver that normally cost a ton of money, and they do have a specialized menu for that. I guess it's a little more than a week. I guess it's almost 2 weeks now, but during that time period from 222 to 303, which is the area code here in Denver, 303. So that's why they do it like that. 303 day. We have a huge event going on here at Certified for 303 day, but it's a big time thing here in Colorado. I don't know if your cities do something similar, but that's kind of what it is. It's a discounted menu, and everything's more affordable for the couple weeks that this goes on, and all the high end restaurants are really partnered in. So a lot of this stuff you've never even heard of, or you never even tried to go to because it was always either packed out, booked out, or too expensive. Yeah. So this is a chance to kind of get everybody a chance to get some of this culture.
Taste.
Yeah, it's typically double what you would pay normally. So on Restaurant Week, you're getting about half off. Okay. You know, so this meal would have cost us about $1.60 on any other given week.
And peanut butter ice cream with some grapes on the side.
Yeah, no, it's pretty crazy. But you know, typically you go to your big steakhouses, you go to your big fancy restaurants, you know, where you can do your 3, 4, or even 5-course meals.
And all that stuff,
places that you would usually just pay, you know, an exorbitant amount of money.
Quick question: is the food still quality?
Oh, absolutely.
Really?
Absolutely. It's just a specialized menu because it just makes it easier to order.
Well, just the fact that it was discounted, I didn't know if they kind of like lost their quality a little bit just to kind of save some money.
No, not at all. The thing that, you know, the only thing that really discounts it is, again, that you just don't have the vast array of original menu that you can choose from. So, you know, what they do is so you have your appetizers. So you choose your appetizer and your partner chooses the other one. Then, you know, you choose, you know, if you want a salad or whatever, and then you choose the entree, and then you choose your desserts. Everything you just kind of choose, almost a la carte, but each, you know, and then you guys can kind of share. You know, if your partner gets something cool, you get something shitty, blah, blah, blah. You can kind of share. So it's kind of a cool experience. And again, it allows, you know, the couple, in this case, to explore a restaurant that you normally wouldn't do. I think that's the biggest part of it.
What do you guys have lined up for the rest of it? Are you doing more, I assume?
We do. We have a steakhouse. You
guys have probably already dropped $500 on tickets to this thing, right?
No, I mean, because you don't have to pay for it in advance. You just have to make reservations, and then you just pay.
Oh, okay.
So if you can't go, clear the reservations.
They don't book you? They don't bill you?
Some of them do with reservations because obviously it's pretty big.
Yeah, of
so
course.
The higher the end, I mean, you may have to
can't have a bunch of people half your restaurant canceling the night of.
No doubt, because the restaurant's got to make their money.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying?
Can't get anyone else in there.
I think we are going to do Shanahan's. That's one steakhouse that we have not done. We've done Elway's. We've done Fogo de Chao. We've done. I was trying to think. There was
Texas de Brazil or any of those or whatever.
We've done another steakhouse that was really world renowned down here. I think 2 years ago. So that's one plan.
Oh, it's probably restaurant Kevin Taylor.
It could be, yeah. So, yeah, there's a few things that we've got planned, but we'll kind of see. I think our next extravaganza is Tuesday.
Extravaganza.
And I don't even know where it's at because Robin, I let Robin kind of do that, man. She's about those reviews. And this is her love tank, just as long as I'm there for the ride, she books it, I let her choose, like, let's go as extravagant as you want. I'll be there. I'll support you. This is for you, babe.
What about, what do you wear? Is this like a dress up attire? Or are you wearing the Sonics jersey?
Yeah, I didn't wear the throwback Kemp last night.
Robin's not feeling the Sonics jersey?
No, she's not.
She doesn't like it?
You want to really know what she said?
What'd she say?
I wake up this morning, right? And
no.
dude, I walk. It's not that bad. I walk into the bedroom and I'm steezed out, man. I'm feeling pretty good, right? I was a big jersey wearer back in the 90s, man. I had the Johnson, I had the Pippins, I had a Horace Grant jersey, dog. The white.
Okay.
The white Bulls.
Yeah.
So, I haven't been wearing.
Did you have the glasses too?
I didn't have
the sports glasses.
I didn't have the sports glasses,
All
no,
right.
for sure. So I was a big jersey cat, and then I just started getting back into them again. Remember, I just bought the Color Rush, Von Miller, and then I got you laced up with the new Von Miller when the house fire, that kind of stuff. So, I'm getting people back into it. I'm getting myself back into it. And so I was just like, dude, jerseys aren't that big right now. There's not a lot of people wearing them. There's a lot of people that collect them and that have collected them, right?
They're coming back a little bit. Some of the vintage stuff's coming back.
The vintage ones, and that's all I want. I don't want the modern day stuff.
Right.
I want the people that I grew up with, that I had a relationship when I was a kid, that kind of stuff. So I walk into the bedroom this morning. I'm laced out. I got my H&M pants, zipper pants, good to go. Dude, I had a hell of a dude, I had a hell of a time finding some shoes to wear with this jersey.
I was gonna say the green Pharrells. You need the green Pharrells.
I've got no green Pharrells. I've got nothing green.
You need those green human races, the first gen ones. About 1,200.
I'm gonna get those today. I'm gonna get the most beat up ones. I'm gonna get the most beat up ones on Goat that are dog shit, and try to clean them. Try to do a restoration, and maybe get those things for like $300.
That'd be dope.
Just get like the dirtiest, ugliest ones.
Or just black out the boost on them.
Black out the boost.
Put some yellow laces.
I need a green shoe. So what I did was, all right, so I can do green, right? I'm not going to do white necessarily. I could do a white shoe, but I'm like, let me see what I got with yellow. So I did choose a Pharrell shoe, and this has quite a bit of yellow on it, and I thought, this kind of works, but it doesn't have much green in it, unfortunately. But it's the multicolor Human Race Trail joint. So I was like, this will work. But anyways, I walk to the bedroom. Yeah. I'm laced up. I'm feeling pretty good.
Okay.
I'm like, this is good morning, right?
Yeah.
I love it. And I'm like, all right, babe. I'm like, I'm taking off. And she's like, what? And I'm like,
half asleep.
She's half asleep, right? Yeah. And I'm like, babe, check it out, man. I'm laced. I'm laced. And she's like, she looks at me up, down, half tired, Got the stoner eyes going, and I'm like, what do you think, babe? What do you think? I'm pumped. And she's like, babe, you look like Franchise.
Yes,
dude. I'm like, take that L on the way out.
Take
for
that L
sure.
on the way out.
That's you.
Dude. And I'm like, why? Just because he wore a franchise? Just because he wore a jersey like what, a week ago?
Yeah.
And she's like, yeah. I'm like, God, babe, you're the worst.
She knows, bro.
And then so then I leave. I still give her a kiss on the lip and then on the head, like I always do, right?
Yeah.
And then
just the one lip too.
Just the one lip.
Yeah.
Okay. Just
sure.
the top lip.
Yeah.
Okay.
Give her a kiss on the lip.
Just the hair lip. So I'm driving, in my car, and I think she starts waking up. She starts feeling bad. She's like, just so you know, babe, I love you.
Oh, nice.
And I'm like, I'm mad at you.
Did you say that?
Yeah.
You texted her?
But then I text her straight back, and I'm like, I love you too.
Nice.
So, yeah, she hits me up with a little bit of that this morning. But anyway, so.
She was just throwing a shot.
That's it.
You take a couple
He
shots.
was being honest, man.
I'm like, babe, I don't have a chain. I don't have 2 chains on. What's going on? I'm not Franchise. Get the hell out of here. But anyway, so that was cool. What were you talking about?
We were talking about just the jersey and shit, and just like kind of
if you were gonna wear it,
filling
to
it
the
in.
dinner.
If you're gonna wear it to dinner, restaurant.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
So some of these restaurants, some of these not really button ups, but like I'll wear like a golf polo, or I have like this Burton like hoodie like shirt kind of thing.
Yeah.
And that's a little dressier, but I won't wear hats, that kind of stuff to some of these places. So none of them are like, suit and tie.
Yeah.
Tuxedo type deal.
I'm not about that life, my friend. So anyway, so restaurant week, so we're pumped, man. And I know it's not your type of thing, but I think we're going to try to get you this week.
Really?
What
do you mean you think? How are you not telling me? Why not now? Tell me, hey, Franchise, are you good on this night?
Well,
what do you mean we're going to try to get you?
We're still trying to
find more last minute plans that I can't make, Dal? Thanks.
these places book up quick. We're just trying to get in first, and then we'll send you the message. Because if I say, hey, franchise, hey, bro, we're trying to go here, we're trying to go here, we're trying to go here, and then I'm like, L, and you're like, what the hell?
Right. All right, makes sense.
And then I'm going to be like, the hell with you.
All right,
you know
makes sense.
So Restaurant Week, we're pumped, man. We're gonna get you and Mia for sure to try this. Okay, maybe we'll try a mac and cheese, mac and pizza place.
Yeah, give me any pizza, chicken nuggets, mac and cheese, all the finger foods. The kid stuff, I'm down.
Dog, you should. We should go to that game lounge.
My palate's a little better than that, but you know what I'm saying. Like it's hard for me to try to pay that much money for such a small portion for something I don't know what I'm getting into. I've just never been that guy to waste money. Like I just go places I know I'm going to like, or someone has recommended a specific thing that sounds really good to me that I go there and get that thing. I don't just go like, oh, I heard this restaurant's great. Let's try some. That's just never really been me. And I'm not saying, if people do that, great.
So what do you do on trips? Do you just try to stay to the basics or just?
Yeah, I guess it depends. I'm not
exploring and try something new.
Well, I'm not Mr. World Traveler. I've been outside the U.S. to Mexico and Canada. That's it. I've never left North America.
Like different states, because every state has their unique food kind of industry they have.
When I go back to the East Coast, visit family, New York, New Jersey, it's all pasta. It's all Italian shit.
Gotta get some pies.
Pizza, pasta. It's all that stuff. I don't really venture too far from that. Honestly, any city I go to, if I can find Italian, I'm probably eating that. Like I could eat that every day.
Every night.
I could eat tortellinis, ravioli, spaghetti, pizza, salads. I could eat that shit all. I could eat Olive Garden every night. I could eat, now Olive Garden's the beacon of Italian, but it's carved out, bro. Yeah. Hey, what do you think? Why do you think the Sopranos look the way they do? They're carved out, bro.
I'll give you that.
You know what I mean?
Hey, maybe if we go to the draft this year in Tennessee, maybe we get some barbecue.
I'm down for that. If I was going Kansas City, if I was going Tennessee,
I thought Tennessee was barbecue, maybe.
Oh, it's like Nashville fried chicken.
They have Nashville hot wings, all a bunch of different
chicken.
stuff. Yeah, any place in the South is barbecue, dude. Yeah, gotta have barbecue. If you're in the South, there's barbecue going on.
Isn't that like in the middle of the country?
Midwest too.
Yeah,
Midwest has good barbecue.
Yeah, Kansas City.
Kansas City's known for that shit. Yeah. But that's probably the only good thing to come out of there. Have you seen those people? Oh my god. Anyways, there's a ton of topics to hit on today, man. We definitely want to touch on the R. Kelley charges. We were talking about that. A lot of breaking news, like after we dropped the cast, or we finished the cast on Thursday. Bunch of news came out Thursday. Then a bunch more news came out Friday. We were uploading the other one. So there's just a ton of topics to hit on over the weekend.
Yeah.
Obviously, sneakers and fashion. Supreme dropped this morning. We'll get into all that stuff. Go ahead.
Did you watch any golf this weekend?
I didn't watch any golf.
Oh man, dude. It was a great tournament.
There was a lot of stuff going on this weekend. Golf was not
what you did.
Not one of them. No, not on the top of my priority list. You watched golf this weekend?
Here's why it was.
Wasn't it just some regular tournament?
It was, yeah. So it was the WGC Mexico Championship. Okay. So they do it down there in Mexico, which is really cool because they used, dude. On their greens are so crazy. I forget what the grass they use because it's not the typical Bermuda that you see in a lot of tournaments.
Was it a little better than the football game they were trying to have? The grass at the football game? They were trying to have
way better.
Monday night?
For sure.
Chiefs, Rams, they had to move back to LA? Okay.
Yeah, for sure.
A little better than that grass?
But in their grass, dude, it's so tropical that they have like little flowers, dude, inside of their greens. So the greens are just... They're unbelievable. They're so hard to play, so hard to roll.
Are they fast or are they slower or what do you mean?
It depends. It depends what the conditions are in terms of like how wet they are via storms, that kind of stuff. But typically your balls roll a little slower on these unless they dry the greens out, which they'll do as Sunday progresses, right, to make the course more hard. And then they also change the pin positions to make them, a lot more difficult by Wednesday. But anyways, long story short, why I kind of was tuned into this was because this was the first time Tiger Woods played a tournament in Mexico.
No shit.
That guy's been playing long time, dude. And this was his first Mexico trip, and he actually did pretty well. He was in contention even till the last day of the event on Sunday when it all ends. But unfortunately, from what I've been reading and what I saw, he had a plan, and his plan was good, but his plan was too safe. Okay, is kind of what we saw. He played it really safe with using his irons, on a lot of the long drives. And Tiger, man, he can bomb the hell out of these drives, even as old man as he is with the back fusions that he's had. Dude, he is back and he is killing it. And he has been in contention for like the last few weeks of last season into this season. Rory McIlroy. It was the battle of Rory and Dustin Johnson, man, all day yesterday. I think Dustin going into it had like a four-shot lead going into the championship yesterday. I think he was, God, what was he? I think he might have been 16 under, which would have put Rory, obviously, 4 shots lower or higher than that. And Rory was there, man, through the first 9. Rory was almost neck and neck. I think he got as close as like 2 shots back of Dustin Johnson, and they go to the back 9, and Dustin Johnson just explodes, man. He is so good, dude. He can bomb those drives. If you look at last year, he actually got hurt. He fell down a thing of stairs.
DJ did?
DJ fell down a thing of stairs like the day before the Masters. Before the Masters started. He wasn't able to play the Masters because of it.
Damn.
He tripped down the stairs, yeah. So, dude, ever since then, dude, Dustin's just been on a hot streak, dude. This guy is going to be #1 back in golf. He is just tearing everybody up like leaps and bounds. Like, for Rory to end the tournament, I think Dustin Johnson ended at like 21 under, which is ungodly. It's huge. And I think Rory was somewhere around 16 under, 16 or 17 under. That just goes to show you, man, Dustin is just, his conditioning, his long balls. I mean, he's out driving the whole, event and all the golfers out there except for Rory. But Dustin ended up winning yesterday. Not even close, really, with a lot of ease. If you look at some of the salary they got, for this win, Dustin ended up bringing in $1.7 million.
Jeez, dude.
And then I think Rory was like $1 million, and then third was like $472,000. Tiger ended up getting, what did he get? Tied for 10th at $161K for this one event. So, dude, I was locked in, man. I had it on the phone all day at work, that kind of thing, or in the ears. I just really like the Mexico courses, man. They're just different. They're beautiful. Everything obviously fades towards the water. So it's just super fun, man. Super enlightening to watch.
Did you see the story, speaking of golf, did you see the story about Matt Kuchar? I wanted to talk about that.
I did.
We were off that week because of all the stuff that went down.
Yeah, so there was
I totally forgot to bring it up, dude.
Yeah, so there was an agreement with a Mexico course.
His caddy, David Ortiz.
His caddy that he hired.
Not Big Papi, but
yeah, that he hired. It sounded like they had a contract, and based off of how far he made it or if he won it, this was the allotted money.
Let's be clear. It was $5,000.
Yeah.
Ortiz is a Mexican citizen. He's a Mexico resident. He got him out of. He just paid him. He's a. I don't even know what's the right terminology. He's not a tour caddy. He's not on tour with a certain golfer or has been on with certain golfers over a period of time. He is a kind of pay for play type caddy. He's a freelance. He just, if you need a caddy for the day, if you need a caddy for the weekend, if that's his kind of thing. He lives down there. He doesn't travel. He doesn't do any of that. He latched on with Matt Kuchar. They agreed to pay him, what was it, 3 G's for the week, I think. Here we go. Ortiz and Kuchar had struck a deal in which the caddy would be paid $1,000 if the golfer missed the cut, $2,000 if the golfer made the cut. Which, can you explain the cut to people? They don't know what that is.
Yeah. So you have the event that starts on Thursday through Friday.
Yep.
If you don't make the cut by the end of the day Friday, so if you haven't made a certain score, you cannot continue on Saturday and Sunday.
Okay. So $2,000 if he makes the cut, $3,000 for a top 20 finish, $4,000 for a top 10. There was no provision for victory, but afterwards, guess how much he paid Ortiz?
$5,000.
5 G's.
5 G's.
So he paid him 5 G's. Now, just to speak, now you guys think, that's pretty good. Friggin' Mexican local just down there carrying the clubs, 5 G's. Awesome.
Especially for 4 days.
What does a normal caddy get paid? 10%.
Yeah.
10% of what you make for the tournament.
Of the winnings, yep.
So, let's fast forward. Matt Kuchar wins this tournament back in November. This is the Mayakoba Classic.
Yep.
Back in November, Kuchar takes down the whole thing, wins the tournament, bro.
Yeah.
So,
and by the way, this is actually a course I've played.
Oh, you have?
I played the Mayakoba, man.
No
when
shit.
Robin and I went to Mexico the last time, which was like 4 years ago.
Yeah.
I played the Mayakoba.
How was it, dude?
So sick.
That's tight.
Dude,
by yourself?
Yeah, Robin just rode in the cart. Dude, they have in the middle of the fairways,
That's
dude,
so dope.
they have these open cenotes, dude, which are just holes, where they have underground water that flows through them. They have these cenotes in the course, dude.
Oh, wow.
And then if you hit it out of bounds, dude, it's so tropical. Dude, you're literally, you go out of bounds, you're in a jungle.
Right.
Dude, it's so cool, man. I rented clubs there. They rented like high-end TaylorMades there.
Do you remember what the cost was for the whole shit? With the cart, the clubs, the play, the course?
I think the clubs were about $100, and I think the greens fees to play 18 was like.
You played 18 by yourself with her cruising around in the cart?
Dude, it's a once in a lifetime thing.
All right.
She's my ride or die partner.
I get it.
And I wasn't gonna let her get clubs.
Right, that's a whole day smoke. No. So you guys just spent the day out there?
Yeah,
that's a day.
Dude, it was sweet too.
That's
man.
tight.
I enjoyed it, man.
Was it hot?
Oh, dude, humid as hell.
Okay.
Dude, humid.
Yeah.
For sure. But, dude, I think it was 175 is what I paid for the round and then the additional amount for the clubs.
It's not bad,
dude. It was great.
It's not bad. I really regret not playing with Vitzer when we were in Maui.
Yeah.
Because they had a course right at the Maui Sheraton. Dude, it was so ill. And we were going to play, and we just ended up doing other stuff. But that's one thing I regret is not hacking a few there.
Yeah, totally.
Playing. But, yeah, so he takes down that contest, the tournament, Mayakoba. He scratches a check for 5 Gs. He feels like that's good.
Yeah.
And then the backlash starts. Once this story comes out that he paid the dude 5 Gs and a normal caddy gets paid 10%, who's in the wrong here? How do you come out on this? You obviously know the story. You heard the story.
Yeah.
What do you think? Who's in the wrong? They had an agreement.
Yeah.
He paid him over the agreement. He paid him 5 Gs.
Yeah.
But now there's backlash because he won. The guy won the tournament. Did I say what he won yet? $1.296 million.
Yep, 1.296.
So almost one. Let's just call it 1.3 million.
Yeah.
Okay. He's 4 G's short of 1.3 million. So he takes down this tournament, wins that amount of money, and he scratches the check for the guy for 5 Gs.
Right.
Now it looks weird, right? Now it kind of looks like, what are we doing here, dude?
Yeah.
$5,000.
Yeah. So I think Kuchar was ethical the whole time. I don't. Now, this does change, I think, a lot of people's opinion on Kuchar, in terms of his brand and his name. Because I think if you win something like that and you're used to paying something like 10% or whatever, I think you got to alter the contract. I think you got to alter the agreement. I think it's a fair thing. So Kuchar didn't do anything wrong because they had an agreement for this, and 5 Gs if we won. That was the agreement. But I think after Twitter, the backlash of Twitter, social media, all this stuff, because it's an information society. Everybody can get this information at any given time. And I think once this got out, obviously it became a problem, even though Kuchar didn't do anything wrong necessarily. But I think the ethics come in like, hey, you're used to paying 10%. Caddies are used to getting 10%, even though this isn't a caddy. This isn't an on-tour caddy. The fact of the matter is 10% is the usual agreement.
That would be $129,000.
Correct.
What do you think? Should he get 129 Gs for a non-traveling caddy, a guy that doesn't travel full time with the circuit? What should he do?
I don't think he should. But what I did see and what I did read was Kuchar went ahead and apologized to the caddy.
Oh yeah, no shit.
And paid him $50,000. That's the last that I saw in that story. So he didn't pay $120,000. He paid $50,000 and then also donated a certain amount. I don't know if it's an undisclosed amount, but Kuchar actually donated a undisclosed amount to a bunch of charities
because of the backlash.
Because of the backlash to try to fix this.
That's what killed me at first when I first saw the story and saw that he was being super stubborn about it. Mm-hmm. He was actually going back. There was backlash on Twitter and on social media, and he actually came out and said, this seems more like a social media thing than anything else. Yeah. We had an agreement already. I already paid him over the agreement, which I thought was stupid. Mm-hmm. I thought that was idiotic. Do I think the guy should be paid 130 Gs? No. Do I think the guy should have been paid 5 Gs? No. I think you scratch him a check for $75,000. That seems fair. You took down 1.3 in the tournament. You didn't have to pay him the full 130, but you paid him handsomely over the 5 Gs. I'm sure the gentleman would have been very happy with $75,000. There would have been no story about anything. There would have been nothing that got out. I mean, we're talking about a guy that's made $47 million over his pro career. Between endorsements and tournament winnings, $47 million, and you can't scratch the guy off $75,000. $50,000 is what he ends up when. That's still a big issue.
Yeah.
Come on, man.
Yeah.
That kills me in that case. This is a guy, they talked to Ortiz, and it could be, whatever. Obviously, his story's out now, so you feel a little bad for him, but we're talking about a guy that lives in a house built of cinder blocks, dude. This is not a guy that has a lot of money down there. He was looking at taking the money, he said, and maybe doing some improvements to the house, hopefully trying to maybe sell the house, maybe trying to move into a bigger place for his family, help his family out. When I hear stuff like that, and I hear this is a guy that made $47 million, now I'm never the guy that's like, oh yeah, you make a lot of money, you should just go give away a lot of money. I'm not that guy by any means. Yeah. You should be able, I'm a fiscal conservative. You should be able to keep as much money as you can if you earn that money. You know, you shouldn't be having to give away money because you have a lot of money. I'm not that guy. But in this scenario, man, take care of the guy. Yeah. What is wrong with taking care of the guy?
And it doesn't matter if this caddy's on tour or
$5
not.
grand?
This caddies make up a big portion of your knowledge of that course. And you don't think that guy being a local had anything to do with that?
Had anything.
Get out of here.
The last time the guy won a tournament was a few years ago.
Yeah.
He hadn't won a tournament. You can't tell me that this guy didn't contribute into you winning that tournament. Even if it is coincidental, chip the guy off. You just won 1.3 mil.
Yeah, no doubt.
Chip him off, dude.
5,000. Yeah, that is a slap in the face. It's one of those things. I wish it didn't have to go this far, and I wish Kuchar wouldn't have said, "Oh, I thought we had an agreement." I get that contractual basis, like being a businessman myself in certain regards, contracts are everything, and it is what it is. But I think, as a good-natured in Mexico, poverty is huge in Mexico. Things, the American dollar in Mexico goes a long way, bro. Yeah. And I do agree at the end of the day, I'm glad that he hit him at least with $50K versus the 5,000. I'm glad that he's donating to some charities. I'm glad he's trying to make things right, but this leaves a sour taste.
It's funny, when it first came out, because Kuchar was sticking to his guns, dude. He was not coming out. And the caddy, they talked to Ortiz, and he said he had been offered an extra $15,000 on top of the 5. Okay. So for a total of 20 G's, and he said he turned it down because he said he thought he should have been paid 50. Mm-hmm. That's what he thought he should have been paid. Less than I thought he should have been paid. Right. He just thought, hey, and
less than 10%.
Right. Less than 10%. I thought I was going to make 50 G's. So he turned down the 15 G's. And that's when social media kind of started to run with it and attack Kuchar. And Kuchar still at that time stuck to his guns and went with the whole deal is a deal. Yeah. We struck a deal. Too bad. We got a deal. We had a deal in place. You know what I mean? Yeah. And he continued to go down that until he really started to get lit up. Yeah. Then he came out with the, I did some soul searching. I was being stubborn. I was being hard-headed.
Yeah, he literally
like that.
Yeah, he literally comes out and says that.
But it doesn't make me feel like he really feels that way. Yeah. And that's what I hate about when people make mistakes. Is it's like, are you really contrite? Are you really apologetic? Yeah. Do you really want to be better and really want to improve? And do you really think you messed up? Yeah. Or do you think you messed up because everyone found out you messed up?
Is this a statement from your agent or is this a statement from your heart, dog?
Right.
Let's be honest.
That's where I feel. And now it's like hard for me, and I don't know the guy. Yeah. But it's hard for me to go back on that. Mm-hmm. When you had such an issue and you stuck to your guns so hard, it's just hard for me to think that in another day or two you all of a sudden flipped and you had this epiphany. Sure. It just feels a little weird to me. That's all.
It's forced.
Right.
Guaranteed.
So yeah, I'm glad we got to talk about that, man. I totally forgot about that situation. But Matt Kuchar,
you are one pathetic loser.
No, I'm just kidding. He's not a loser. He did right, but still, man, I'm feeling a little salty on it. Oscars, man. Let's jump into Oscars over the weekend. Did you watch the Oscars last night?
I was not able to. I did go back.
Were you at Restaurant Week having a filet Oscar?
We were, dude.
All right,
for sure.
Nice.
So I wasn't able to watch it in real time.
Get that joke. It is a real dish.
And I didn't obviously record it.
Because you were out and you didn't record it.
Yeah, I was just trying to enjoy the lady and just trying to focus on her.
YouTube TV, bro.
I know.
YouTube TV is the most fire. Not only do I love it, you have a free membership because I gave you one of my little. If you have YouTube TV, it's pretty dope. They give you 5 different usernames. You can assign. Really? Yeah, you can let 5 people,
so it's like
including
Netflix
yourself,
and Hulu,
similar to Netflix. Yeah, yep. But it's live TV. So that's super dope. Plus, it's unlimited DVR for $40 a month with 5 accounts. Yeah. Great deal, dude. Great deal, in my opinion. Not, we're on YouTube, but I'm not sponsored by YouTube. Yeah. I'm just saying, I think it's a good deal. I was able to. We were out to dinner. We were going to Red Lobster, and I was able to be like, "Hey, babe, do you care about the Oscars tonight? You want to watch those?" Yeah. Go into my YouTube TV app on the phone, click record.
That's
it recorded the program.
Just do it from your phone,
just right there.
Instead of having to go to your TV manually do it.
So fire, so fire.
Yeah, JJ thinks it's pretty cool because he actually can't do that on his phone because he doesn't have a SIM card. He doesn't have a connection. He's just on Wi-Fi only. So I can understand why JJ thinks that's pretty interesting.
Let me call you right now, bitch.
Oh, dang.
You actually got your phone this week?
Yeah.
It's not Home Alone? Okay,
no.
Good.
Dallas, never mind. Dallas, you're trying to light him up.
Yeah.
But he could have, if he had a Wi-Fi connection, he still could have recorded
He still could have downloaded
the Oscars as well. Yeah.
No doubt. I just want to throw some shade.
Yeah. Anyways, so the Oscars last night, I thought they opened up the way it should have opened up, a performance by Queen. If you guys don't know, Adam Lambert's been the front man of Queen for some years now. He's been on tour with them. He's like the homie that came in, the little Asian dude that came in and replaced the lead singer of Journey.
Steve Perry.
Steve Perry, thank you. Name was escaping me. So it's kind of like that situation. They've been out touring. They've been making money. They've been doing things. This is not just something that happened for the movie.
Correct.
Adam Lambert's been out doing his thing with Queen. They opened up the show yesterday. I thought it was awesome. Thought it was an awesome way to open the show.
Performance was good?
Yep, performance was good, solid. Everyone sounded good. It was interesting. There was no host for the Oscars last night. I don't know if that's a first. I believe it is. But that was a little bit weird. There was no
go with no host.
It was okay. It flowed well. I thought it lacked that a little bit of a comedic substance. They tried with at the beginning bringing Tina Fey, Amy Poehler, and Maya Rudolph out, all former women from SNL. They all three came out, spent a little bit of time, told some jokes, did some funny stuff. It was cool, but I think through certain parts of it, they were just going from one to the other. You didn't really miss the host, but I personally like a little bit of some funny shit here and there. I like James Corden cracking on the audience a little bit. Sure. I like some of that. I thought. I couldn't say enough about Alicia Keys. I thought she did phenomenal at the Grammys. So that was kind of a letdown for me just because of the hosting performance that we got at the Grammys. So once last night it felt a little disappointing to me, felt a little flat. But overall, I thought it was a great show. Not a great show. I thought it was a good show. I thought it was enjoyable. But I also watched it on DVR where I was able to fast forward. What were you going to say?
Do you know why they didn't have a host?
I don't know specifically.
Because I know the Academy Awards lost Kevin.
Yeah. Kevin Hart pulled out. They replaced him with Sandra Oh and Andy Samberg. But I don't know about this. I don't know. I have no idea. If someone knows in the comments, let me know, man. But yeah, I don't know. I don't know what the deal was. I honestly didn't even know that they were going on until like Sunday midday. I got a notification about the red carpet. I was like, oh yeah, I forgot those were going on. Actually, I think I knew kind of Saturday because I saw Spike Lee with the shoes, getting all that stuff. But what I would say is I thought it was a good show. I thought it was solid, but I was happy I was able to watch it on DVR. It's not like the Grammys where I'm locked in every moment, catching every speech, every thank you and everything. It was one of those things where I was able to kind of watch on DVR, fast forward the speeches I didn't care about seeing, fast forward a little bit here and there, fast forward the commercials. So we were able to knock the whole show out, a show that went from I think 6 to 10 p.m. Mountain Time, 4-hour show. We were able to knock the whole thing out in a couple hours, probably under 2 hours, maybe 2 hours. So that felt good to me. And maybe that's why I enjoyed it more. If you guys didn't enjoy it, maybe that's the case. It's just too long of a watch, too long of a sit, which I could see that too. For me, wasn't that way. I enjoyed it. I started off well with the opening performance. What did you think of the stuff that you did get to see?
The stuff that I did get to see, I was hoping that A Star Is Born would have won a few more awards. But the thing, I can't argue it though, because I didn't see, what's that Green Book? Yep. I didn't see that.
I was going to ask, what have you seen here? Out of all these movies, you've seen A Star Is Born.
That's it.
No way.
Dude, I haven't even seen Black Panther.
No way.
And I'm a big Marvel guy.
No, what? I'm just kidding. I'm with you. I haven't seen anything but A Star Is Born.
And dude, I didn't see Bohemian Rhapsody.
Didn't see it, yeah.
I'm a big music guy, big music buff. But, I wasn't ever super into Freddie Mercury and everything that he did or didn't do. I was into Queen, Wayne's World. Wayne's World introduced me into Queen. It is what it is. Yeah. But I haven't seen a lot of those movies. So I wanted more for a
start. See the tribute they did last night with Wayne's World? Mike Myers and Dana Carvey were there.
Were they?
Did Wayne's World?
No, they weren't.
Swear to God.
Get out of here.
Swear to God. Put it on everything. I'll talk about it. Go ahead and finish.
Interesting. That's cool. So I wanted more from A Star Is Born just because I've seen that. I love it. I have bias, right? Yep. I hadn't seen the other stuff, but I had heard they are good. So now that's what's great about the Oscars is now you know what you should go watch.
Right.
Now you know.
Right.
Now you can be on game. Now you can.
So funny you said that. I just texted my lady this morning. I was like, babe, have a great day, whatever. Let's watch one of those movies tonight.
Absolutely.
Let's knock one of these out. I got the Apple TV with Cody loaded on it that she got me for Christmas.
Dope.
So I got all that. I got everything at the tip of my fingers, man. We can watch any of that.
Sounds good. Rob and I will be there.
You guys are coming through?
We'll be there tonight.
Let's do it. I'm already ready already.
You guys pick the movie just as long as one of the Oscar movies.
That's what I told her. I go, here's what we got. We got Bohemian Rhapsody. The two I would love to see is Black Klansman and Bohemian Rhapsody. Ooh. Man, Black Klansman not only is it look like a phenomenal film, not only is it Spike Lee.
It's local.
It's local. It's based in Colorado.
Springs. Yeah.
Colorado Springs Police. So if you're unfamiliar with that one, African-American gentleman in the Colorado Springs Police Department decided to go undercover and infiltrate the KKK from the inside. Someone from that from that police department, right?
Yep.
Is that kind of what I'm getting
is
there?
it.
So I want to see that one.
Yeah.
I want to see Bohemian Rhapsody. I do want to see Green Book. I
Me
thought
too.
that looks awesome.
Yeah.
The dude that won, I can't pronounce his name, but the guy that won.
Mahala Ali or whatever his name is.
That's why I feel disrespectful.
Ali.
Disrespectful, Dallas.
Well,
Well, it's just why I said I want to pronounce his name because I can't, and then you just butcher the shit out of it.
Because I was going to try it for you.
Go ahead again.
I don't actually know what it is. I just know.
Take that L on the way out.
Go ahead again.
You are one pathetic loser.
Just his face. No, but yeah, I don't want to butcher, but he looked. He won. He actually set a record. He was the first African American to win back-to-back years in the supporting actor role. He won last year as well. So
that's right.
That makes
what did he win it for last
I don't
year?
know. I just saw the headline right before we went on air today, and I didn't see what the movie it was, but I saw the headline, which was super cool. You can look it up. But I think that looks good. That's one I want to see. Not really into Roma. Don't really care too much about seeing that. I've heard it's good, but I've also heard it's very, very slow moving. Did you see it?
No.
Oh, the way your face looked. I thought maybe you had some.
No.
Intel.
Which one?
Roma.
Oh, yeah, no, I don't know about that.
The black and white one. It's filmed in black and white. It's Netflix. That's another reason I'm surprised you haven't seen it, Mr. Netflix. But didn't see that one. Don't really care to see it. The Favorite. That was kind of an underdog for me that I've never even heard of, bro. And Emma Watson looked... Not Emma Watson, I'm sorry. What's the chick from Superbad? Emma Stone?
Emma Stone.
Yeah, Emma Stone.
Yeah.
Dang. Emma Stone, not Emma Watson. Emma Stone was up for it. She got it. That movie got a ton of nominations. I think it did have some good wins as well, but it's called The Favorite. It looks good. It looks good. Looks like something I would enjoy. Looks like something I would watch. It takes place in the old medieval times, but the set, they won some shit for like the set design or costume design, or they were nominated, I'm sorry, for set design, costume design. It looked good. It looked like the movie would be good. So not really my style, not something I would normally just watch, but like you said, you watch the Oscars and you find out what you should see, you know?
Yeah, I think it's awesome.
I'm gonna check that out. I did never see the water one though. What was the shape of water last year? Still never saw that.
Yeah, seems odd.
Yeah,
I don't know.
Having sex with the fish or something.
Yeah, I don't know about that. Yeah,
All right.
some weird relationships.
What were you gonna say?
What I did like, dude, Lady Gaga and Bradley Cooper's performance.
Oh, dude, great.
So, dude, I just love that. And dude, they were, when Bradley joined her on the piano, because they obviously were sitting separate from each other. Oh my God, man! Looking into each other's eyes very deeply, and I thought a kiss might happen. I was a little weirded out.
I was sitting there waiting.
In love?
But at the
kissing.
same time, I almost wanted it. But I know Bradley's married to this I forget what
supermodel,
what creed she's from or whatever. But yeah, dude, this hot supermodel, and I'm like, And then because Lady Gaga's just going through her breakup right now, so it's. Oh, the timing is just so weird, and I almost got a semi-hard last night watching that.
Whoa!
Yeah, man.
Okay.
Pause.
How about you?
Wow.
Yeah,
Wow.
I was in there.
Okay.
I was in there.
Like swimwear.
In there like swimwear, but
Like in there, like chin hair.
I thought
All
their
right.
performance was good. They always kill it with that. I loved. We talked about it when Bradley joined her in Vegas.
Yes.
At her show. So
I was with you. I thought a little makeout set
Did you? Oh,
was going on too. Yeah, I thought for sure we were going to get some of that, but we didn't. I was like, well, it's going to be a little awkward, but yeah, performance was great. I thought, so the Wayne's World joint.
Yeah, tell me about this.
So I saw Myers. It's very interesting because the beginning of the show opens up. Their Queen's coming on to do the performance, and they cut to the audience, and they pan to the audience, and I see Mike Myers there, not next to Dana Carvey, but I just see him, and it's just a brief, quick cut of Mike Myers,
and they're
I'm like,
never gonna show Mike Myers.
Right? I was so confused. I was like, Mike Myers?
Why are they
this
showing
bitch?
a cut to him?
Did he do some back end producing on Roma,
Yeah.
or was he, did he do some EPing somewhere, executive production, or
is Dr. Evil back?
right? Yeah,
What's
maybe.
going on?
Maybe, is he chubby evil now? Guys, put on a little bit of weight. No big deal.
The spy who shagged me 16 times is it back? What's going on? I don't know.
Mike's put on a little weight. Mike's gotten heavy.
Yeah, he's heavy for sure.
He's kind of
Fat guy in a little coat. Fat guy.
a little bit of that, a little bit of that.
Yeah.
But so Mike Myers is there. I kind of was like, yeah, that's curious. Didn't put two and two together. Didn't even think anything of it. I was just like, why
wouldn't
is he
either.
there? Later on in the show, because they do these little things throughout the show where they introduce or they take a look at some of the big movies. So someone comes up that means a lot to the movie or that really felt passionately about the movie. They talk about it and then they show a trailer of it. So they did that for Black Klansman. Barbara Streisand was up there, dude. She was like, I saw this movie. I went to Twitter right away. I told Spike what an incredible job he did. I told him how the movie moved me. I told him about all this stuff, and she talked about it, and it was really, really cool. So she introduced that one. You had, there was just different people that introduced different movies.
Right.
Garth and Wayne roll out, dude. Not even in costume, but they're doing the voices.
Really?
They're doing all the mannerisms. They're doing all the things, but they're in tuxes. They're in just normal shit. So Dana Carvey's out there. He has the glasses on, but he doesn't have the full-on Garth makeup or hair or anything. Right. Mike Myers is out there fatting it up, just, doing his thing.
No drumsticks, no guitars.
No, nothing like that. Just showing, just some of that stuff, just some of the, the little nuances of Wayne's World. If you've seen the movie, you know what it's about. Totally. And they just talked about how big this song was, Bohemian Rhapsody, to that movie, and how big it was to Wayne's World and what it meant. And they did a little...
did they hit him with the, we're not
dude, yeah,
worthy?
Mike Myers did. Right when they came out, they were doing like... they were like, oh, I'm so nervous. I think I'm going to throw up. I think I'm going to puke.
I think I'm going to hurl.
Yeah, I think I'm going to hurl. That's what it was. That's what it was. Damn it.
Yeah.
They did all that stuff, and he's like, we're not worthy. We're not worthy. They did like just the freaking out and all this. Dude, it was fire. So
I got to go back
and check that out on YouTube, man. It was dope. It reminded me of you when you and I dressed up like Garth and Wayne. I was telling my girl because you know me as a twin. I got a twin sister.
Yeah.
Obviously, same birthday. They were talking about having a wig party. I was like, oh, me and Dal are showing up as Wayne and Garth.
Oh, yeah.
If we're having a wig party, we're about to be, we're getting down for the get down.
Oh,
we're about to be in that bitch.
I got the cons ready. Blown out knee jeans.
Yep.
Wayne's World hat.
We saw him with the rollerblading the last couple thumbnails ago. We saw the blown out jeans.
Recovering after that tumble.
Yeah, no doubt. I'll bring those.
You're always walking around looking like you fell down rollerblading. It's fire. But so it was cool, man. I thought that was good. That was one of my favorite parts of it. And overall, I thought it was a good show. It was a nice watch. Able to fast forward through it. We don't need to break it down like the Grammys, but I thought it was cool. What do you think of Spike Lee's shoes?
Spike Lee shoes. Cool, man. I'm not a big fan of the Tinker 3s.
Yeah, me either.
But obviously being a PE and then this.
I just don't like the JTHs that much. Do you?
Yeah.
These are sick, dude.
Well, these are cool. Yeah, for sure.
It looks like you bought a pair of JTHs and they spray painted them with Krylon. I feel fine about them. I don't think they're that cool.
Yeah.
I won't lie. It looks like spray paint.
I think
right. It totally does.
I think the manufacturers
initially
I like the back though with
that part
40 acres and Mule Filmworks.
So yeah, that's his production company.
Oh, really? Okay.
So it's a tribute to him on the back, right? And that's why it's a PE, and that's why it's a one of one, right?
Yeah.
You're not
that
gonna
part
see
was
these,
cool.
You're not going to see these release, and that's what makes him cool because they had his production company on the back of that, which is cool. But I think these are just leftover spray paint from the Trumpet Dunks. They just sprayed them on these, and good to go. But I mean, they didn't blow me away. But I thought gold with the Oscars, have his production company on the back, dude. Sweet tribute, sweet one of one. I don't want them. I don't need them, but they were dope. And Spike Lee always has the swag, with the Jordans.
I didn't think they were that dope.
Yeah.
I don't know. I just, maybe it was me. A bunch of people hit me up about them with the Trumpet Dunks. I think the homie Thunder was like, yo, screw the Trumpet Dunks. Get these. I thought they were cool. When I initially looked at them, I thought they were cooler than they were.
Yeah.
Once, I think initially, here's where it went for me. The cool level started here, and then initially it just went down and down and down and down and down and all the way into the show last night. It started here because I was like, wow, that's really cool.
Yeah.
Then it took a step down for me when I started to look at him a little bit and really see that it kind of does look spray painty. Then it took another step down when I saw him do the Sneaker News video. Did you guys see him on Sneaker News?
Yeah.
Doing the video. The worst shit of all time.
He was almost annoying.
It was cringy. It was annoying. The fact that he kept doing this with the shoe.
Yeah.
Yeah, we Jordan Brand. We here. We're just kept talking and he kept doing this. I couldn't see the shoe.
Yeah.
What are you doing?
Yeah.
I know I've done that sometimes in some sneaker reviews. I moved the shoe around a little bit. You guys have let me know in the comments below. But I wasn't doing this in front of the camera. He was literally doing this, fool.
He should have been doing the sneaker spin.
That would have been better.
That would have been
At least
way
I would
better.
have got a full view of the shoe. He just held the shoe sideways and did this the whole time. Jordan Brand, I love you. Thank you. Sneaker News. And he just kept
you
doing
can
it.
barely see the shoe.
Are you seeing it right now?
Yeah, it's literally.
If you're listening to it, you'd probably start throwing up in the corner. It's that bad. It's
Yeah.
terrible.
Yeah, as Wayne and Garth would say, I'm going to hurl.
He was just too hype, man.
Damn, I don't have the sound bite. That would have been fire. Yeah, dude, it was. He was too hype. It looked like he wanted to get it over with. And then did you notice the very end of the video? He looks at the cameraman like, "All right, are we done?
Yeah.
Can I turn this off?"
Yeah.
And it's like, no one asked you to turn that on. Please always turn that off. Fucking turn that off forever, Spike.
I think Jordan Brand did.
What? Asked him to turn it on?
No, I think they asked him to turn it on.
Oh, okay.
Guaranteed.
Maybe he hopped about the bed and turned his swag on.
Yeah.
That's all I have for that, man. I don't really have anything more. I'm gonna kill Spike Lee. He's a legend, but
dude, can you imagine the creases?
Terrible.
How, dude, the threes come out the box creased. We've talked about that before.
Yep.
You throw some gold on there, it's even more noticeable.
They look creased from these photos.
Yeah,
no doubt.
I ain't trying to get those.
No doubt.
No, thank you.
Let's just move into sneakers and Supreme then.
Oh, dope.
From here, man, because we're already talking about it. We're already on the topic of sneakers. We can jump back to everything else or anything else we want to cover. I want to make sure we have plenty of time for this stuff. So, sneakers.
The question is, where do we start, dude? Sneakers and fashion, we got a lot. So if we want to start with sneakers, we can.
Joey up at the front desk copped 4 pairs on Saturday. He copped everything we need. I'm so happy because I wanted to see all these pairs in person.
Did you?
Before I cop.
Okay.
He copped both Element 87s.
Oh, did he?
Yep.
The Bronco joints and the blacks?
Yep.
Well, let me talk about that real quick.
Okay.
I won the draw.
Oh.
So I won the end drawing.
Wow.
So in clothing, I forgot that I did the drawing. Yes. And the problem with that is...
It charges you right away.
It charges you, but
And you don't know if you really want them. But you're already charged and they're already on the way.
No, I do really want them.
Okay,
I'll be clear. Because
I've
I've got 3 pairs of Element 87s. Love them all, right?
Yeah.
The weird thing is, though, it's European. So they're a little bit more expensive. So it's $160 is retail on these, right? I paid I think it was $180, from in clothing. So, I can kind of take that L on the way out, but I'm happy to have them. I just forgot that I entered into that drawing because I remembered, I was like, these aren't that hyped. I think they're going to be pretty easy to get, but I was already in the drawing and is what it is. So I will have those on Wednesday.
Okay.
It looks like, according to shipping. So that's dope. What were the other 2 pairs that Joey got?
The Hornets. The ones I told you where I was like,
Dunks.
I already have the cement ones, which are not great quality, but I like the shoe. It's one of my own. It's honestly, and they're mids, those cement one mids. That's one of my, I get so many compliments on that pair.
Yeah.
And they have no hype. I think I got them with you when I was at that Nike outlet, bro. I think I scooped them for like $75 or $80 at the Nike outlet.
Yeah, I think that sounds right.
And I love that pair. The quality is just crappy.
Yeah.
The toe box creases up. It's not the nice tumbled leather where you don't notice the creases. They're just crappy quality. So I already have that pair. Then I have the All-Star Game joints, which are a high. They released a couple years ago, but they have the green iridescent or translucent, or not translucent, but translucent bottom.
Yeah,
and the iridescent kind of
color. Right?
Yeah. So the oil spill kind of look, if you will, to them.
The 6s came out with those as well.
Yeah.
With those ones.
Yeah.
Yep, I remember that.
So these are like a mix of both of those pairs together, those ones.
Yeah.
This pair of ones is like a mix of those 2 together. I'm like, do I really need them? Quality didn't look outstanding on them. So we copped those.
Okay.
And then I felt the same about the Couture. Quality didn't look that great on them. Could go with them, could go without them. I don't know. I kind of want to see them in person. So we copped those as well. So both pairs of Element 87s and then both pairs of those ones, the Hornets and the Coutures. So we got shit to look at as soon as those come in, and then we can make our full decision on if we really, really want them or not.
We talk about the Coutures. Did you see that leaked photo of somebody that creased so bad? Were you able to see that?
No, I didn't see it.
Dude, check out this crease.
Oh, wait. I did see this.
Dude, have you ever seen a Jordan 1 crease that bad?
Yeah.
It's like
the cement Jordan 1s that I got at the outlet with you.
Really? That's like a half moon.
That's what I was telling you.
That's like a half moon crease in the toe box.
That's bad.
That's a dramatic crease.
That is bad.
Dude, I wouldn't put them shits on.
Imprinted on
I wouldn't put them shits on my feet to save my life. I'd sell those now. Sell all pairs now. Get them out.
The fact that they charged $175 is pretty absurd.
Yeah, I agree.
Why did they charge $175? Isn't it supposed to be a high?
Is it like a high end fashion type of thing?
That's what
couture?
That's what I think. It's called couture, but don't you think they would use high end materials?
I don't know.
Have you ever gone?
I just remember the UFC fighter Randy Couture.
Remember him? What about the jumpsuit, the Juicy Couture?
Oh, good one.
Yeah,
got him.
Have you ever gone into a Gucci, a Fendi, Louis, any of those high end fashion stores?
I think the only one I've ever been into was Tiffany.
Dude,
so no.
Go next time you're in Vegas or wherever. Just walk into one of those stores. Go into Montclair.
Okay.
Go into Gucci. Go into Versace.
Why?
Go into any of these stores.
Why?
And check out the quality on the hoodies, dude.
Oh, I bet
the
they're
hoodies
incredible.
and all the other. It is unmatched, bro. But obviously, you're paying.
It gotta be for an $800 hoodie,
right? But that's what I'm saying. If you're gonna call this shit couture, and you want to jack the price up, and that's not jack the price up, but you want to raise the price
Yeah.
Price is up $15 from the normal pair.
Sure.
Why not just charge $200 for it, $225 for it, $250 for it,
Yeah.
and make it insane fire quality? Why bump it $15
That makes no sense.
and
We're
go
all
down on the
confused.
quality?
Yeah. And then have a half moon crease in your toe box.
So confused.
Dude, that brings me up to my next point. I still want to talk about sneakers, but let's go into fashion in one aspect because there is something that just released, I believe, yesterday. So do you remember the old Simpsons T-shirts, that they had back in the 90s? And maybe early 2000s that we'd all get for like $10, $15 that say, Bartman, or they say, whatever slogan that he used to say. I forget, but
I had the one where he was writing on the chalkboard.
Oh, did you?
Yeah.
What did it say?
It would just, I will not do something.
Gotcha.
I will not. Oh, damn.
Oh, you know which one I had? I had the Don't Have a Cow Man.
Oh,
you remember that one?
Don't have a cow, man.
Don't have a cow, man.
Yeah.
So, and do you know that that's a lady that does his voice?
No.
It is. It's a lady that does Bart's voice.
Really?
It is. It is.
Wow.
Yeah. So just give you a little, let me put you on the game there. But anyways, in clothing, the same company that I just bought those shoes from in that drawing, Off-White did a collab with The Simpsons. It is literally called The Simpsons. And let me put you on a little game here.
Off-White's doing mad collabs now, huh?
Okay. So here's all the shirts. I'm going to open them real quick.
Okay.
Don't look at the price point under those shirts. We paid, what, 10, 15, 20 bucks at most for one of those shirts,
At
right?
the most,
Simpson
yeah.
shirts. So let's look at this one here. This is actually the Don't Have a Cow Man. So it's all embroidered, really nice, fancy. Check this out. Let me unplug this for you. Go ahead and read what all that says.
What says? Oh, down below?
So it's the Don't Have a Cow Man shirt, right? It's all embroidered. It's the Off-White collab. Go ahead and what's that price?
$429.
$430.
Yeah.
For a Simpsons Off-White collab T-shirt.
Not bad, dude. They got sizing.
Get the hell out of here.
Well, they got
All
sizing.
you're doing is paying for the giant ass X on the back.
Yeah.
That's, dude, the back is, so it's a Bart Simpson. It's all embroidered on the front, and then you have a huge pink Off-White
logo.
It's almost
on the back.
like, but it's almost like it's what's that material? It's not just screen printed on. It's like that rubberized kind of material
I feel
to
like
it.
that'd be heavy.
Is that kind of like jersey type of material?
No,
Not jersey. I
don't
can't. It's hard to explain what it is. It's kind of like just a rubberized, like, I don't know.
So you're telling me you'd pay $430?
You get free shipping. No,
Get free shipping.
Take that L on the way
no,
out.
I would never
Dude,
pay $430
so-
for a T-shirt. I don't care what it had on it.
So that's one.
I don't
and
care
then,
if it came with $230. I still wouldn't pay $430 for a T-shirt.
And then you have this one's not even embroidered, dude. This is Diagonal's glasses skinny tee. It's Bart Simpson chilling with some like Ray-Ban looking sunglasses that says "Chill Man." That shirt $320.
Oh, the Chill Man is cheaper?
Yeah, you can get a deal on that.
Yeah.
And free shipping.
Still free
I'd
ship.
probably cop that one if I were
Does
you,
it have
JJ.
the same Off-White logo on the back? With
Sure
the,
does. Yeah, it looks like all of them have that same.
You know what that here? Let me break this down. You know what that Off-White logo is made out of? The same material that Britney Spears' suit is made out of in the "Oops, I Did It Again" music video.
So more like a silicone.
That's what it looks like
shit?
to me. That's what the other one looks like. Does that one look the same?
A little bit.
Let me see it.
Wait, I'm looking at the hoodie, but here.
Oh,
There you go.
yeah, dude. It's the same. It's like that.
You think it's the same?
It's that same silicone kind of. Yeah. If you remember the "Oops, I Did It Again" video,
Okay. What do you
if you
think?
were on TRL tip, if you're that age when I was that age.
What do you think the Off-White Bart hoodie that's all embroidered that says "Don't Have a Cow Man"? What do you think that goes for?
Hoodie, probably $650.
No,
$825
for you, my
Wow.
friend. Free shipping and $825.
Dude, there's a camo field jacket going for $1,100.
Wild.
So, anyways, I did want to talk about, just this really neat collab, this overpriced, cool collab from The Simpsons, which I'd love to afford that. But when I used to buy the shirt for 10, 15, 20 bucks, I'm out, unfortunately. So
10, 15, 20 bucks.
I'm out on
I'm
this
out.
one. Okay. All right. Let's get back to sneakers
You
real
wanna
quick,
do
man.
that?
So check this out. I brought a sneaker today that I'd like you guys to see. It wasn't a sneaker that I was going to originally buy. I have reason for it, and I'm going to grab it, and I'm going to tell you my reason for it. It's a cool sneaker. It's a it's a collab, obviously, from Nike and Mr. Kyrie. But I'll get into the backing of the collab and why it's important to me.
Okay, so let me get this straight. You bought this sneaker. You brought it in. Did you buy the sneaker just for the cast, or is it something you really wanted?
It is something that I wanted because I've never owned a Kyrie before, and this Kyrie is specifically built for the skate culture that is the company they collabed with. Nice. So that's why it's important to me.
I was about to say, because aren't all Kyrie's performance shoes?
They all are. But this has the streetwear and skating aspect to it with this company.
So
who
no balling.
It's pretty sweet though. You could. It's still a balling shoe.
As he grabs the shoes, let me break this down for you guys that are not watching on YouTube. And even if you are watching on YouTube, you can't see it. I'm sitting here waiting for him to grab the shoes. I look to the left. I see my man JJ's headphones laying inside of his granola. Okay, so I hope you're not about to just eat. No, you probably are. You know what I mean? Let's just do it. Just eat the granola. No, and they're not good. His earbuds.
You know what's even
were laying
shittier?
In the granola.
Okay.
What's even shittier? The fact that you can't hear the sound bites because your headphones are in your granola. The granola's hearing our sound bites.
And you were complaining because we didn't have an adapter for weeks.
Take that L on the way out.
You had
one pathetic loser.
You had our listeners, our viewers.
Let me
razzing
explain
us
a little bit.
Wow.
First thing about the granola. I brought in yogurt today, and then literally 20 minutes after I ate my yogurt, you're like, oh, you want this granola? I'm like, really? That's the worst timing in the world.
So that's not even your granola.
Second off,
Dow gave it to you. It's secondhand granola. Okay, all right.
Second off,
go ahead.
These headphones are so shitty. I don't know what's wrong with them, but it sounds so loud that it hurts my ears.
Oh, Dow's going to bring you a pair of these. Can you bring a pair of these?
Yeah, it's just like, all right. I'm like, I had it in one ear and
it was just too much.
It was like, oh my gosh, my ears hurt so much.
And it's weird because we're all hearing the same sound, and I can't. If I turn it down for us, it's gonna turn it down for you, but it's gonna make our shit quiet.
I'm just trying not to go deaf right now because I'm already gonna.
Don't go deaf.
Don't go deaf.
Deaf.
Yeah.
Deaf.
Yeah.
It's deaf with an F.
Yeah.
Don't go deaf.
Yeah.
Don't go deaf on us.
I don't want to lose my hearing.
As Cat Williams would say.
Don't go deaf.
You want to hit this shit? This shit here is called death. Wait, what do you mean? I'm going to hit this and die? No, you're going to hit this and you can't hear shit. Remember, you ever heard Cat Williams talk about weed?
Yeah.
Just Google Cat Williams weed. YouTube it. Hilarious.
All right, so we'll get back to these shoes. So these are the Kyrie Rocket Collab 5s. So this is the Kyrie 5 that Kyrie's wearing right now. Hey, at least you didn't drop the F-bomb.
I know. I had that response.
You are one.
I remember seeing these, and these are sick because these are the first shoes that have a back. Are these one of the first shoes that have a back? Or they're the second.
I'm just letting you drown. Go ahead. Doggy paddle out of it. Continue. Go ahead. What were you trying to say?
Are they the second pair of Nike shoes that have a backwards swoosh on them?
We got there.
It might be. Obviously
with the TS, yeah.
Yeah, I think that's a big one, obviously with Travis Scott's for sure. But so what this is the latest with Kyrie. This came out on All-Star Weekend, hence the tag. It says Kyrie 5 All-Star TV, the PE 5s. I did go up a half size. I usually do 10s. I did 10.5s in these because the toe box is very, very tight. The lock-in on these is phenomenal. I think that's why the Kyrie 5s are such a great basketball shoe, from the outsoles, which have so much grip, and they lock you in. I haven't wore a basketball shoe in a long time, but I've wore these throughout the day at the house just to kind of see. But man, the lock-in is great on these. But let me give you a little bit of information on Rocket. Okay, why I wanted this shoe was because of the Rocket collab. So it's an LA-based company called Rocket. They're a stylish streetwear label that has quickly become an industry staple. Widely adored for its inventiveness and its unique blend of American and Asian culture. Rocket retools the Kyrie 5 better than anyone before them. So Rocket is a streetwear skate brand that has been very, very huge in culture. And for me, that's why it's important. The fact that Kyrie, I don't know if you know, but Kyrie used to skate when he was a younger kid.
No, I didn't know that.
So this is why this is important. So Kyrie said, hey, I want to, street culture, skate culture is pretty important to me. He doesn't do it now. He can't, contractually obligated, obviously. He's not trying to get hurt. But growing up, he skated quite a bit. So that's why this shoe is pretty important to me, is the meaning with Kyrie. And if you look at the tooled characters of this shoe, dude, it's got a lot. Look at Rocket, like embossed on the backside, dude, that sticks out to you. You've got like JJ says, the backward swoosh, the colors pop, the blues, the grays, the blacks. This neon yellow is to die for. I just think it's a great done shoe. It looks good. It pops. The meaning behind it for Kyrie, and obviously, the culture piece is huge for me.
Who do you think was better, Kyrie? Or how good do you think Kyrie was at skateboarding?
I don't know. He's pretty
Think
short.
he was any good?
He's pretty short, so I bet he had pretty good control.
Who was better, him or Sal Masekela? You even know who that is?
Yeah, for sure. The host of all the ESPN. I'm really thinking about it.
I know, right?
I'm gonna say Kyrie.
It was better than Sal.
Yeah.
Even though Sal has a job in sports in the X Games or
I'm gonna say
X Sports,
at their time when they were
Extreme
kids,
sports?
I bet Kyrie was better because
Action sports,
he's
that's what I
a
was
full athlete. He's a full blown athlete. So
Right.
he's probably just naturally gifted, core strength. I think of all these different things. I bet Kyrie was dope.
I think the shoe, like you said, I think it's probably a really good basketball shoe. It's not a shoe that I would cop or wear for lifestyle. Or
Yeah.
I could see why you wanted it though. Here's the thing that throws me off about this shoe.
Tell me.
Have you noticed this? Probably not. For one, first, before I get into this, what throws me off, tell me about the dots. Is that just part of Rocket's
That's
logo?
part of Rocket's
'Cause You got
logo.
a dot there, you got a dot
Yeah.
up here, you got a dot on the
Yeah.
inside. Okay, so that's just part of Rocket. Tell me this. Who let this get through looking like an Adidas trefoil right here over the top?
Fair enough.
Bro, I thought this was an Adidas model
Did you?
at first, but besides the huge Nike swooshes all over it, it kind of looks like a trefoil or trefoil logo. Do you see that? What do you think, JJ?
Yeah, I
This
just
thing-
noticed that there's no holes in the shoe for the laces to go through. It's all through this cage.
Up top there
Or
is. but
yeah,
not-
on top
yeah.
there is, but like
This weird cage thing to me looks like a trefoil, dog. That's really weirding me out.
Does it?
I don't know.
plus
I don't know what the point of it is. It just feels like a weird plastic thing that was put on here unnecessarily, and it looks like an Adidas logo to me. That's where I can come out on the shoe.
Yeah, so they call it the fly trap. Now, I don't know. It clamps down on your midfoot when you're laced up, keeps you locked in.
They should have saved that for the Venus Pro model.
Yeah,
okay?
no doubt. The Venus fly trap.
There you go.
Yeah.
They should have saved it for the
But they
Venus
call it
Williams
yeah.
Pro model. Why'd they put the fly trap on here?
Yeah.
This guy doesn't need the fly trap.
Yeah, no doubt. But what they say is lock in, but I think Venus needs the fly trap for sure.
Maybe, yeah, and again, maybe it does help for basketball. I don't know. Aesthetically, I'm not a huge fan of it. What
it
is
says humble right there.
Oh, on the toe box?
Yeah.
Yep, both sides.
Pretty
But
cool.
quick question though.
The cool thing is it just says
How
hungry.
is this a skate shoe?
Let me see this one.
It's not a skate shoe. It's skate influenced by the company Rocket.
One-
Oh, okay.
this-
I was about to say.
Yeah, this is a basketball shoe.
The
This
right
is
shoe says hungry. The left shoe says humble.
humble.
Pretty cool.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
So on these, you do have the you have the Air Zoom Turbo is what the technology is. So you don't have the Zoom Air necessarily, but so I don't know much about that in terms of the performance.
What was retail on these?
Retail, it's funny. As you look here, it was $140.
Okay.
Now I bought them from House of Hoops, and they charged me $130
At PMed?
at PMeds,
Okay.
and then I used a $15 coupon, so I got them for $115.
Nice.
Which is
Okay.
weird, but they are supposed to go for $140, so I don't know what the reasoning there was. But for $115, I think it's a shoe that I could rock. And then the PGs, if you remember, retail at $110, just the regular PG models. And I hear the Kyrie 5's an even better ball shoe in most people's opinions. So I think for that, for the culture, for what Kyrie did back in the skate culture, I think it's a great shoe. And I think
Is it one for your collection, or are you
think
going
it's-
out and hitting 24 and
I think
running the court on the
Hooping?
weekend?
for now,
Oh,
it's
I mean Planet Fitness. Sorry.
yeah. For now, it's just for my collection, man. I'm not a big baller, but I have been telling Robin, like, I want to go shoot ball, man. I played ball, dude, a lot when I was younger, and literally had to choose between tennis or basketball, and I chose tennis, and went to state all 4 years, which I probably couldn't have done that with basketball and the team that I had back in Kansas. So
Right.
it was a good decision, but man, I really miss balling because I was pretty good at it, man. I wasn't ever tall enough, but
But you said you're not a big baller, and if you were, you'd probably have a different pair of shoes if
Oh,
you
for
were a
sure.
big baller. You know what I'm saying?
for
All
sure.
right.
So that's what I have there. Do you have any sneaks that you brought in?
I don't have any sneaks that I brought in.
Okay.
I'm interested in seeing those Hornets that Joey got.
Okay.
I'm interested in seeing those Element, the new 87s, because of the new lacing structure, and
Sure.
I kind of want to try them out. I was this close to copying those Hyperfusion. They're called Hyperfusion is the colorway of those Element 87s, the one that dropped with the Volt on the toe box. The toe box is Volt color, and it's like a bright pink or hot punch orange on the back. Mm-hmm. Those are the with blackouts, black React.
Yeah.
Those are the ones that I was like, man, I think I could see myself copping those, you know? But again, the same kind of thing. I just want to see them in person. Mm-hmm. I don't know if there's a store around here that offers them locally.
Plus 12.5.
I feel like I need a 12.5. That's rough. If I am going to rock them loose, maybe I would be able to go with a 12. I'm not sure. The sizing is really just throwing me off on those. So that's kind of where I'm still at on there. But that's about it on sneakers, man. No, I don't really have a ton of stuff on sneakers this week.
I have one other sneaker that comes out the 1st, and it's an Ultra Boost that you might actually want
to
grab. Have you heard of the Ultra Boost SNL?
No.
Okay. Let me tell you.
Saturday Night Live?
Yeah, the Saturday Night Live joints.
I didn't know it was called that, but I've seen it.
So they have a women's colorway, which is the mint colorway, and then the guy colorway, or the men colorway, is like the charcoal, the blacks, the silvers. What do you know about these shoes?
Not a lot, other than the fact that I told you those suede toe boxes to me. Mm-hmm. It looks like an old New Balance.
Yeah,
it just looks so New Balancey to me, dude. And I like New Balance. I rock with them here and there, but I don't want to see Adidas doing what New Balance is doing. Yeah. Now it's like, it almost looks, it's hard to separate.
Gotcha.
Other than the Boost, obviously, you know, it's an Ultra Boost, but the toe box, it looks so much like a New Balance to me.
The funny thing was, when it says Ultra Boost SNL, I originally thought Saturday Night Live, but I also thought collab. I'm like, who is this? Well, who is this they're collabing with? The SNL, basically, it's a moniker that just stands for suede and leather. So just a more high-end kind of look on the
Hopefully
Adidas.
Higher end than the Chinese New Year's.
Yeah,
that leather around the front of those was
that leather was dog shit.
T-rash.
It was poop.
Yeah, terrible.
Poopified.
Terrible.
Unlike disturbed. It was poopified, unlike disturbed.
Stupefied.
Yeah.
Poopified.
But I'm looking forward to it. Obviously, you have some 1.0 hits in there. You do have the leather. You have the suede hits. I think it's going to be a quality shoe, even more than the Eddie Huang's. So I'm looking forward to that. You're seeing a release date of March 1st at 180. But I actually like the women's colorway better, that mint colorway. So I'm going to see how big the sizes go on the women's colorway. I'm trying to cop those.
You really are.
That mint colorway is sweet.
I don't know. I'm going to have to see them. I need to go in store and put them on my feet and walk around the store. I know the homie RJ, he was all about them too. He loved them. He thought they were fire. I think it's a few people in the Boost community really rock with them. But
it sounds like Finish Line is going to be the major retailer that gets most of these pairs. So I don't think it's going to be like a boutique only, kind of like Eddie Huang's, you know, where you see just mostly boutiques. Yeah. You're not going to see those in a store. It sounds like Finish Lines are going to carry these. So that'd be pretty cool. So maybe pretty easy to get.
Yeah, I'm not... I got to try them on, dude. All these new Ultra Boosts with the SNL. Mm-hmm. So all these that are having the front toe box, those are all SNL pairs then? Is that kind of how they're going with it to differentiate it from the regular Ultra Boost?
I guess so, yeah. I just know these two specific colorways. I think there's more slated to come out, but I guess they're just going to call them the SNLs.
Here's the thing to me. The Ultra Boost,
not the SNLs?
Yeah, S and L.
S and Ls.
Here's the thing for me. Ultra Boost, we know it's been the most comfortable shoe. We know it, you know, it remains to be, there's no one better.
Yeah.
As far as comfort goes.
It is the staple.
This feels like every time they've done a suede toe box or something around the toe, it's taken a little bit away from the comfort for me.
Has it?
I think so. An Aniki runner, I hate that toe box. I hate the suede up over the toe. I have a feeling I'm going to hate this. I have a feeling my toe's going to go in there and feel that barrier at the end, which it didn't before. It was primed. It allowed my toes to stretch out. Yeah. If I wanted to wear a 12, I could take the insole out and still rock them. If I wanted to wear a 12.5, I could. This, I don't think we're going to be able to do that.
I think you bring up a great point.
I think it feels restrictive.
Your feet
feels like we're going backwards.
Your feet have turned into bitch feet.
Why are we adding more materials instead of taking? Isn't the whole purpose so that it can feel even better?
Yeah.
Maybe do you think they outkicked their coverage with the first, few iterations of the Ultra Boost where they made it the epitome of comfort, and now they're being forced to continue to try to change something that really doesn't need to be changed because they need to continue to sell models? Or?
That could be part of it, but yes, I do think it's continued to sell models because they've ran into, obviously, GR Central with Ultra Boost. So they have to do something different. So I believe that putting higher end materials or the aspect of nicer materials is what they believe is going to help them get back on the map and sell.
They could just...
that's what I believe.
They could just go back to the Clima model which is, in my opinion, probably the most comfortable model there was.
The My Adidas.
And
Adidas.
then take a bunch of the colorways that people made that are sicker than anything Adidas has done in the past few years and just produce those. That would be good. I think those would sell.
Yeah.
I think you do that crazy orange with the iridescent heel cup. I think you do the Miami the way I did it. I think you do you do better. You make better shit. You're going to sell more. They're not making good shit. And now this is just more reaching, in my opinion. Some people like RJ, they might find it tight.
Yeah.
He likes it. For me, I think it looks like it's going to be more restrictive. And this is all pessimistic negativity before I've seen the shoe. So keep that in mind too. By the time I see the shoe, I could feel completely different. This is just how I feel looking at it and looking at the situation overall from Adidas. It feels like a reach, feels unnecessary that we're adding stuff to the shoe that we shouldn't be adding to.
I think the restriction is absolutely correct because if you look at it, you also have ATR stripping that goes around it too. So
from that angle,
dude,
guy,
you're covering a lot of you're covering a lot of prime knit that your feet loves.
What is that, dude? From that angle, it looks even worse.
Yeah, so I wanted to show you that.
You have the suede that's like, you can actually see a lip on that suede. That's how thick that is. And then you have the ATR or like the plastic around the outside. You can show JJ, that's fine. But then you have that plastic around underneath the suede. That's just bad, dude. That's so restrictive in the toe. Everything about that is restricting you in the toe box.
Yeah.
So if that thing, it fits true to size, you're going to have to go true to size. There is no varying a little bit, maybe taking out the insole. It just doesn't look like, oh, God,
I think you're passing. You're going to say no on the box.
I'm definitely saying
no box.
Oh, what do you mean the box?
No box.
Oh,
no toe box.
This is the no
you're
box.
You're saying no to the no toe box.
The Adidas
Talk
no
about
box.
Being a running shoe, holy crap.
Yeah, it's just not for me, dude. Not for me at all. I think those things are ugly.
I think they're going to sit.
I don't like. Wouldn't surprise me.
I think they're going to sit.
Wouldn't surprise me. Are you going? You like them?
I
can see you liking
I'll
them a
grab
lot.
a pair because it's a newer model.
Yeah.
It's a newer reiteration.
Perfect for work.
That being said, I still haven't got the Ultra Boost 19 yet, and it is vastly available at your Finish Line and Foot Lockers.
Oh, really?
I just still haven't got it yet.
With the 3D print?
No, what the 360 is what they use. That 360 technology in the Ultra Boost 19 with their Prime Knit. They're calling like the 360 Prime Knit or whatever. I don't like the cage. It's weird to me. I just don't like the model. There is extra boost. We've talked about that. It's got the AM4's outsole. It's got that new torsion system. I'm not a runner.
Right.
And it doesn't look cool, which is the reason I would buy it. It looks cool and it feels good. And I'm sure it is super nice inside. I just haven't tried it on yet, but I don't like the model.
That's why I got into Ultra Boost was because of comfort.
Yeah.
They were okay. Like stylistically, they were dope. Like they were good. I wouldn't say it's my favorite shoe to style or my favorite shoe to wear for style.
Yeah.
But I think they were dope. This is just it's just forcing and taking steps backwards. And now it's like, okay, the shoe was cool stylistically. It wasn't my favorite, but it was cool. Now we're taking away the comfort, which is the main reason I really like the shoe.
Yeah.
It's like forcing me away from something I really liked at one point. And I guess that's just what happens. I don't know.
You're back to Nike. I get it.
I just feel forced away. Now I don't think Nike, like I said, I think Nike's killing Adidas in a lot of the moves they're making, but I don't think they're flawless. They're still messing up. They're still, with this, I think the trefoil logo, whatever on I still think they're making mistakes here and there.
The fly trap.
They're just not making as big. Like this is a shoe that no one cares about. So the mistakes aren't widely, it's not viewed in such a wide scope.
Totally.
If that makes sense.
Totally. How about we in there and go to Supreme?
Supreme this morning.
Supreme?
We had the Supreme drop this morning.
Yeah.
I couldn't cop shit.
Thank God JJ let us know. He had an alarm set on his phone. We totally shit the bed and forgot.
We spaced it. Normally we're used to Thursdays.
Yeah.
We got in here, right when we got in here, we were like, got all jumbled. And
I was even telling Robin last night at dinner, that was part of our convo. I'm like, hey, by the way, our relationship slows down starting tomorrow. Here's why.
Oh.
And she was like, oh, what are you talking about, babe? What's up, babe? And I'm like, Supreme starts tomorrow. Okay, it's week 0, a.k.a. week 1, a.k.a. Monday, then goes back to Thursdays.
Why does that slow your relationship down? I'm confused.
Was
she as confused as I was? Was she looking at you with the same look?
Just a joke?
No, because she knows with fashion and shoes, she knows.
She knows what?
She gets it. She knows that relationships, or our relationship, a little bit of wavy because I don't prioritize as well.
But you're gonna get better.
I'm going to get better.
You're getting better.
I'm constantly
You're in the
better.
mode. Yeah.
But I was setting
You're in the mode of getting
expectations
better.
just like you were.
You got to do it
I'm just like, hey, Supreme starts tomorrow. Okay, we're getting back into this system. Here's how Supreme works. They go for this amount of weeks and then they shut down.
They have one drop a week, Dallas. How does that ruin your relationship for the rest of the days?
just gauging hype, getting ready,
Researching, taking notes, right?
Researching, taking notes during the
How long
Grammys.
does that take?
Hey, babe, I'm taking notes during the Grammys. What are we doing here? I can't wash dishes right now.
Right.
You know, that type of shit. That's what's
Babe,
up.
please come lay with me. I can't. I'm taking notes. I'm watching the All-Star game.
Who watched Chicago? I don't have time for that shit.
Oh, jeez.
But it's restaurant
So
week, and I'm
good.
like, it's Supreme Week 0.
It's Supreme Week 2, damn it.
Okay?
Take that L on the way out.
Get
terrible,
this
Dallas.
going. So anyway, so JJ let us know. So appreciate it, JJ, because we were able to cop a few things. What'd you get? Franchise?
Everything you copped for me. I was not able to cop at all. Bro,
dude, RIP to credit cards and Supreme at times, and then using your app or using the website. Dude, today was the worst. I got on my timeline after the drop, and a lot of people were saying declined, and then the people that didn't get declined were saying
it said your credit card was used.
Yeah, I was charged, so then I couldn't actually order because I didn't get order confirmation because they said I already ordered it.
Right.
And you didn't. So
I didn't get that. I didn't even get that far. I got to the point where it said I was charged.
yeah.
Or it said I had used this item has already been checked out by you, which it never had. I didn't get charged. The item never got checked out by me. The item had been in my cart, and I tried to check out, but I never got the ability to check out. So then I had you check out. I really wanted the Supreme duffel, the red joint.
Yeah.
End up getting that from you.
Yeah.
Thank you. But first you checked me out the Supreme lighter holder, which I really wanted. I also want the Zippo that comes out later in the season, but whatever. So the lighter holder I wanted, the duffel bag I wanted, I got them both thanks to you looking out. You were able, and you copped 2 separate transactions. You copped the lighter holder, and then what else for yourself?
I got the Apple hooded sweatshirt. I got the gray, the large hooded sweatshirt with the green Apple logo. I don't know why I liked it.
What was retail on that one?
It was $148.
Okay, so then
The
you
lighter,
copped,
and
you copped that and the lighter holder.
Yep, the lighter holder was $30, and then your duffel
158
was $158.
Yeah. So you copped those 2 things first, and then you went back and got the duffel after I couldn't check out. I thought for sure it was going to be gone.
Yeah.
Thank goodness everyone else was having the credit card issues as well. You weren't. So I was able to get the duffel too, which is dope. Nice carry-on. Yeah. I need a new carry-on.
I think it's gonna be sweet, and you got the red one too, which is the quintessential Supreme.
No doubt.
Right. So
no doubt.
I think it's great, man.
Very excited.
I looked at the hoodies, and that Apple hoodie that I copped. I did get the gray just because I thought the Apple logo just popped off the gray, and gray is like one of my favorite. I'm like the most neutral guy on YouTube, right?
Right.
So gray is obviously the color that I wanted, but 30 minutes to an hour, I think all the other colors were still available. Not in full sizes, but they still had
There was still
sizes.
stuff,
Yeah.
huh? Wow.
So I guess I copped the right one in terms of hype.
Yeah, no
I just
doubt,
like
for
that
real.
one the best.
Yeah.
And then the lighter holder, dude, I thought that was fire. We're just gonna add it to the chains. You're gonna be TTF 3 chain.
3 chains.
3 chains.
Yeah,
So.
it was. I don't know if I'm gonna rock that with these are like gold, like real legit chains. I don't want to have the little ball chain.
Yeah.
Getting tangled up and scratching up and messing up
Fair
with
enough.
the gold, and then maybe I'll just have that joint hanging out my.
The thing
I'm gonna do you a favor. I'm gonna wear it. I'm gonna wear it during the cast.
Actually, if it's hanging
So I can be
low,
hyped.
it might be really dope.
Dude,
What were you
it's
say?
gonna be long. It's a long chain.
That's what I thought it looked like. It might be. I might be able to rock it.
I saw a photo on Instagram, and it looked like someone took the chain off, or you were able to take the chain off. So
Yeah, and you
that
just
might
have a
be-
lighter holder. Yeah,
I
just
think
chilling.
That's your best.
It's always
All
an
right,
option.
you take the lighter holder. I'll take the chain. And then when I wake up
That's one.
and I go to
shitty
Robin,
chain.
and I'll be like, "Hey, babe, how do I look? I'm laced up." She's like, "Oh, babe, you really look like TTF.
Yeah, you look like franchise. That's
You've
tight.
never wore a chain ever. Maybe it's the time.
Why? Yeah, why wouldn't? Maybe it is the time.
I got to get the chain. No,
You
wait,
could-
babe, it's totally different. I'm wearing a silver chain. He's wearing a gold chain.
She's
Stop
gonna be
playing.
like, Dallas, did you get that at the Arc? You probably could have get that at the Arc for 50 cents. A little
Yeah.
ball chain.
Yeah, no doubt.
No, yeah. So I'm doped. Or I'm pumped to get both of those things. Super dope of you to cop them for me. Thank you.
Wait, you're getting 3 things.
What?
Don't forget your shower cap.
Oh Jesus.
Oh,
You're not pumped. You're not pumped on the shower cap,
No.
guy.
No.
Oh,
bad.
Worst free gift of all the.
You
of all
need
of
that
them.
shower cap.
I don't. Why do I need that?
You need
I don't
that.
have any hair. Why do I need?
just put on your beard, man.
Yeah, dude. Yeah, we'll dude, we'll alter that bitch and put it. Yeah, we'll make you a Supreme beard.
You guys are really
Got it.
laughing at this like this is serious content, especially you.
Yeah, I think we're gonna do it.
that was hilarious.
loser.
Unbelievable. Wearing the shower cap for the beard.
Hell yeah!
Yeah, yeah.
You know where that's from?
Tommy Boy.
Hell yeah!
Nope. You know who that is even?
That's Chris Farley, obviously.
Chris
but-
Farley.
Hell yeah. Where'd you say that?
Hell yeah!
Dude, you'll never get it. You'll never get it.
Hold on. Give me another couple seconds here. Do it again.
Hell yeah!
You want me to play you the full clip?
Wait. Is it where he's the inspirational in a van down by the river guy?
No.
Damn. Okay.
No. Here's the full clip.
Looks like there's gonna be a brawl. You playing something good?
Wait
Looks
up.
like there's gonna be a brawl.
Before let me tell you what happens here.
Okay.
He is standing in a bar at a pinball machine. The owner comes up to him, says, "Looks like it's going to be a brawl."
Okay.
I'm sorry, not a pinball machine, a jukebox machine. Pinball machine. He's at a jukebox machine, and the owner comes up to him, says, "Looks like it's going to be a brawl." This is what happens.
Looks like there's gonna be a brawl. You playing something good?
Hell yeah! Rolling Stones, street fighting, man. G7!
G7.
G7.
Just hit G8.
If you like pina colada.
and then the
What's that?
fight breaks out. It's from a movie called Dirty Work, dude.
Oh, wow.
Old, like one of Chris Farley's early joints, dude. But
Damn.
Hell yeah!
when you hear that, that's what you know.
Because my next guess was going to be Beverly Hills Ninja.
remember, he keeps taking off his shoes, and the maid keeps stealing them every day. He's like, "What is going on?
the
My
hell?"
shoes?
Yeah.
Who keeps taking
Totally.
my shoes?"
That was going to be my next guess.
I love Beverly Hills Ninja.
Yeah.
Um,
Slept on.
All right, let's move on, man. I think, are we good on Sneakers and Supreme? JJ, you have anything more to add there? Or anything more you want to?
Just other than the fact that this has never really happened in the past, but when I opened the app, it just sent me to this page that said sign up to subscribe.
Yeah, we
to the
know. Yeah,
weekly
it
email
was
and
messed up.
everything,
We know
so-
about all
Yeah,
that.
for sure.
We know
So
about
I'm
it.
not-
They know all about that too. It happened
be
a day
honest-
ago by the time they hear this cast.
Yeah,
Be honest.
I'm not. I caught myself
Okay, go
before
ahead.
I fully said it, but I'm not surprised they had so many credit card problems. But yeah, it's Supreme. What
That's how
are
it
you
goes.
gonna do?
That's how it goes.
Actually, like
It worked
one
out for
thing,
me because I
Do
was
you
able to get the
think
duffel.
hype is dying because there was a lot of things you
No,
were
I think
able
it's
to
Monday.
cop?
It's a shitty week and it's Monday. That's
It's
it.
yeah.
Okay.
I don't think they had a ton of great stuff to drop, and
Correct.
it's Monday.
Yep.
If there was a ton of tight shit on there, if there was box logos, I was surprised. I thought the duffels would go a little quicker, especially the red one. But I
That's
think the
what I'm
credit card.
saying,
I
like-
think the credit card issues contributed to that. I don't think.
really?
Yeah, I don't think there's just like a bunch of Supreme red duffels chilling.
Yeah.
Chilling. I guess we'll find out with resale in a week. I'll look up the resale on it. Maybe I won't be able to keep it. If I can double the money, maybe I don't need it that bad.
Correct.
I don't know. But I haven't decided yet. But let's move on from sneakers and Supreme shit. Let's jump into the R. Kelly, man. 10 counts. Finally got charged. What are your reactions on that? You have not seen the documentary yet. I have seen the documentary. Where do you come out on it?
Yeah, I mean, I think he's not only guilty of 10 counts, I think he's guilty of 30, 40 counts.
Right.
You know,
Oh,
this
if you've
guy,
seen the documentary, dude.
dude, this guy is a monster. He really, really is. I mean, I love his music. It was great, but he's a monster dog, and he's been doing this for far too long, and I am glad that finally something has happened. Do you find it interesting that he was busted in Chicago, just like the Jussie Smollett case?
No.
Both of these were in
I
Chicago.
didn't even know that. I didn't even
Dude,
know he was busted in
it was a
Chicago.
crazy week for Chicago's police, dude. They were busy, dog. But anyways, to get back to R. Kelly, just a little tidbit there. Did you hear the latest this morning with R. Kelly?
No. What? Give me the deets.
Breaking news, R. Kelly has pleaded not guilty
Oh
to
my
the 10 counts of sex
No, he
abuse, dude.
didn't.
He's due in court again next month at the end of the month.
No way.
Dude, now, there's another alleged R. Kelly tape with the same 14-year-old girl that was present in the original 1999 tape that will finally be given to authorities. R. Kelly is heard coaching the victim, dude, through sex acts in it.
Dude.
I hope get this guy out of here.
This is all in the documentary, dude. These girls talk about this. They talk about the coaching. They talk about it's disgusting, dude. There's this one situation in the documentary where this girl is talking about him bringing another girl in that's younger, that's like 14, 15 at the time. This girl's maybe 16, 17, and she's talking about this girl being brought in and she already knew what was up more than she knew what was up, and she was older and she had already known. She's like, she knew how to open up to the camera. She knew how to freaking she was like coaching me through these certain acts or how he wanted things done. Fucking weird, dude. Weird, disgusting, disturbing. I don't even know what else you could say about it, man.
I can't.
I'm happy that he's finally getting taken down. Yeah, and charged, dude. I'm hoping 10 counts is, like you said, 10 counts is light work.
Yeah.
That's not shit.
Yeah.
Compared to what he's done.
Yeah.
What is 10 counts? I mean, is that life in prison, or is he only there
Depends
for
on what it is.
10, 20, 30 years.
Yeah. I know there's multiple felonies associated with this, so obviously felonies big time, right?
Yep.
But also he made bail, but he couldn't afford the bail at a I think it was 100,000.
Wow.
So so he's
I thought it was in millions. I thought he was out on.
Well, there were, but remember, bail is a certain percentage.
Gotcha.
Right,
Okay.
and I think it alludes to about 100,000, and he is in jail currently because he can't afford the bail. Now he has undisclosed amounts due to childhood or child support that he's missed. He's also in debt with rent. He's like $106,000 in debt with rent that he hasn't paid. Like, dude, this guy's a mess,
That's
dude.
insane.
Well, you think about
The best thing for him is jail time for life for so many reasons.
Well, I think I said on the last cast. Did you know he doesn't own his publishing?
Oh, really?
He doesn't own his publishing. So maybe I was just talking to someone else, but that's the big issue here. That's why he has no money. The guy is a fucking retard, and he does. Sorry, I didn't even mean to.
Right.
I don't know. Anyway, the guy's just an idiot, and he can't read, dude. He's dyslexic. He did not know how to read his contracts. All his publishing got wiped out. Okay. So this guy doesn't own publishing. So what happens with artists that are stupid like this and don't get all their ducks in a row in the beginning and they don't own their publishing? Now they're forced to go on tour. That's the only way they can make money off their music is go tour. That's why you see some of these older acts going out and doing novelty shit. Now, it may not be that they don't own their publishing. They may just need extra money, or they may need more money, or maybe they just like touring. But in his situation, if he were to tour, or he needs to tour to get money. Mm-hmm. With all this coming out, who in the hell is going to see an R. Kelly show?
Who's going to
go see a tour? Who's going to even book him? Right.
I don't even know who's going to book him. Yeah.
Who's doing that? Ugh. So this guy's in so much trouble. He might as well just go to jail, dog. Mm-hmm. You're up to your eyes in debt. You're up to your eyes in charges. You're in over your head on everything. Mm-hmm. With money situation, with the cop situation, with the legalities of it. The best thing you can do is just go rot in jail or kill yourself. Whatever you decide to do. Yeah. But that guy, dude, is he just, like you said, man, get this fucking guy out of here. Yeah. He doesn't need to be around.
He needs to go away.
So that's really, that's the news on that situation. And as kind of more things come out, like I said, man, if you haven't watched the documentary yet, do it at your own discretion. We watched it. We were thoroughly disgusted. It got me to the point where we couldn't. I don't even play R. Kelly music. I haven't got any R. Kelly music to play. I couldn't even come in with an Ignition remix today on the show.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like, we can't even just drop. It's not funny. Like, it's disgusting. This guy. So that's really all I have to say against it. The Jussie Smollett case. Let's move into that. What do you think about that? We try to be very careful on this show about talking about waiting to talk about stories until we kind of have all the facts. And that's kind of where I come out on the Bob Kraft situation. We'll comment a little bit on it, but I'll kind of break that down a little bit. But this situation, we talked multiple podcasts about, hey, you want to bring this up? Hey, should we talk about this today? And I'm so glad we waited, dude. I'm so glad we were not these hot take artists that felt like we had to come in first and say a bunch of shit out of turn because we didn't know. And all these celebrities look like idiots on Twitter. All these people that came out calling for the people that were calling him, because the people that thought this looked a little shady and thought it looked a little suspicious and voiced that, they got bashed. They got drugged through the ringer by all these people that were backing Jussie Smollett in this case. And now those people, I haven't seen any apologies. I haven't seen them jumping on Twitter saying, hey, you guys are, hey, I'm sorry, we're wrong.
We got this wrong.
We fucked up. I've seen them fire off a couple memes that are funny. But it's, again, this is a situation that's really not that funny. Like, I don't really understand the joke. Maybe I'm missing something here. But to me, it looks like this man is setting back his own race. It doesn't look funny to me. It looks moronic and idiotic. And if this guy still has a job on Empire, I would encourage people not to watch that show.
I heard he got fired.
He should get fired.
I don't know if he's got fired yet, but I think he's either suspended or removed temporarily.
He's either removed from the last 2 episodes of the season, it sounds like, or he got fired. I don't know which. But
so they're moving obviously away from him, but haven't came out with any formal agreements yet. But you know what, man? Here's what I would say.
I saw you return to the Empire set 2 hours after leaving jail.
Oh, did he?
That's what I saw.
Yeah.
That was the last kind of update. Now, I didn't see if there was no other update saying that whether they kicked him off the set. I saw employees wanted him removed or wanted him fired or didn't want him as part of the show. I saw that they cut out a bunch of his scenes and everything like that. But that's kind of where I'm at on it. I haven't seen him getting fired or anything like that officially yet.
Well, a lot of this on what they found out was a lot of these street cameras in Chicago have, from anywhere from just the network of surveillance cameras to some homeowners' doorbell cameras. These cameras and the footage they got was a big help in determining that this was a made up thing,
right,
by Jussie. And I find that interesting. Shout outs to Chicago PD, man. I think they did a hell of a job throughout all this. I give them all the credit in the world, man, piecing this all together and kind of getting the truth. And I think police get a lot. I do think they have a bad name. I do think there are a lot of bad police officers out there. I do think this badge and the dick measuring contest that is the mentality of these police officers. I do think that is real. I do think that police brutality is real. But in this case, I don't think the Chicago PD have gotten enough credit for what they found with this case.
Well, it would have been easy to say, oh, this guy's on TV. Right. This guy's, this guy's, why would he have any reason to lie? This guy's, on the up and up. This guy's straight up. It's so easy to do that. And how many times has that been done in cases across the country? Not only with celebrities, but with whatever. This guy's a high-ranking official at the bank in his town or in politics or wherever. How many times have we turned the other cheek because it's easy to say, this guy's, he's on the up and up. So he's a good guy. He's a great
legit.
guy. He's a good guy.
I watch him every week. I got a relationship with him.
Good guy.
He's a good guy.
How many times have we done that? I agree with you. I think them going and actually investigating and finding out what happened led them to find out, hey, this guy sent himself a racist letter that was just littered with racist comments and hate comments and hate speech. He sent himself the letter. And when the letter didn't get enough attention or didn't get the attention he wanted, then that's when he turned to this thing.
Yeah.
So this whole situation.
And got the two.
Paid them with a personal check, which is even worse.
Right. Then they found the receipt for like the noose or the rope that he used for the noose.
Yeah.
That's did you see the statement from the police chief there?
No, I don't think I saw the actual statement.
It was great, man. Eddie Johnson's his name.
Okay.
And basically on Thursday he came out, gave a statement, said, I just wish that here, let me see. Actually, let me get the full statement for you. I just wish that the families of gun violence in Chicago got this much attention, because who really deserves this amount of attention that we're giving this particular incident? He went on to say, first, Smollett attempted to gain attention by sending a false letter that relied on racial, homophobic, and political language. When that didn't work, Smollett paid $3,500 to stage this attack and drag Chicago's reputation through the mud in the process. And why? This was a stunt that was orchestrated by Smollett because he was dissatisfied with his salary. So he concocted a story about being attacked. This announcement recognizes today that Empire actor Jussie Smollett took advantage of the pain and anger of racism to promote his career, Johnson stated. Why would anyone, especially an African American, use a noose to further his public profile? That was kind of, he was dumbfounded by that. And I totally agree with that statement. Chicago gun violence is out of control. We all know that. Yeah. It's been tons of reports on it. Why isn't that getting this attention? This TMZ and E! News and all these other people would rather report this bullshit. Would rather report on some idiot.
Sure.
Because being selfish. This motherfucker I apologize. This guy had the audacity to call himself the Black Tupac. I mean, I'm sorry, the gay Tupac? No. The Black Tupac. He called himself the gay Tupac on Good Morning America. Did you see that interview?
No, I didn't.
I was going to chop it up. I was like, man, I don't even feel like giving this guy that kind of shine on the show. He's crying. He's dude, it was insane. Wow. It was insane. And
this guy's lost his melons.
So that's kind of where I come out on it. I think I feel disappointed for people that watch the show. I feel disappointed for that guy and his friends and his family, and the fact that he feels like he needs to do this. This uncovered some light for me. I didn't even know there's a website called fakehatecrimes.org. It's like a public site to really try to open up awareness on the amount of hate crimes that are falsely being reported. And this is kind of the stuff that I go back to way back. If you go back on my YouTube channel, you remember the video I uploaded about Michael Bennett. The whole thing was to say, hey, this is the kind of shit that's dividing us. People falsely claiming, whether it's falsely claiming police brutality, falsely claiming you were attacked by people, falsely claiming any hate crimes that are being falsely reported is setting us back as people.
Absolutely.
You're feeding into the bullshit, you're feeding into the lies, and you're feeding into the division. You're a part of what's trying to divide us here. And that was my whole point with that video. I knew that man was not on the up and up. I knew he was speaking out of turn. I knew especially once we saw the footage. I made that video after we saw all the videos and all the footage of what really went on. And this man said he was being attacked or targeted by police. He wasn't. And neither was this man being targeted or attacked because of he's gay or because he's black or whatever.
Yeah.
He just wasn't. And not to say that that's not existing. That is existing. And that's the problem is when people are, it's boy cry wolf situation. When you get stuff like this, that's what's dividing us. That's what the problem is. People doing this falsely to try to, on any side, no matter what race you are. If you're doing this shit on any side, if you're creating hate speech, if you're creating hate speech for homophobia, racism, anything, you're the problem.
You're setting us
You're
back.
part of the problem. You're setting us back. You're absolutely setting us back, man. Yeah. Anyways.
I agree.
Let's go into the YouTube comments, man, really quickly. Damn, we're going to be late on this, bro. We're already at like 20.
Oh, wow.
I know. So yeah, I wanted to make sure we hit on those and keep it topical. AN, seems like Dallas homie Kai started a podcast. LOL, what do y'all think about it? I saw it and you couldn't even get through a minute. Keep up the good work, fellas. Dal.
That's what you said that? Or
That's what the comment said.
The comment said that.
Because I felt the same. I could barely get through a minute of it.
So I watched it. I watched about 22 minutes of it, and I think it was about 45 or 55 minutes, somewhere in there.
Yeah.
I watched close to half of it, and his guest was Ari Petru or whatever. So it supposedly goes by the UK's biggest hype beast. Not a very good conversation. They wanted to just find out, the story of Blake Linder. They wanted to call. They wanted to send shots. They wanted to. To me, it's all clickbaity, just like his videos, just like his titles. The video or the podcast was clickbaity as well via the content. They were trying to mention other people's names to try to get views, I think. And I don't think that's the way to do it. He did ask some good questions on how Ari kind of got his start and how they kind of made the connection in the sneaker cons. But outside of that, I couldn't give two shits. So it sounds like he's begging and pleading for guests to come on. He even did that during his cast. So what that tells me is I don't think he believes in his content. I think he needs other people, and he wants to depend on his name and others and clout, obviously. So I don't think he's going to really bring much of his own content. I think it's going to be more of interviews. And for that, I don't need it.
I think there are a lot of people that do that with podcasts, especially. People, you notice, they strictly do guests every show.
Yeah.
Every show is a guest.
And that's okay. Joe Rogan does.
Right.
And that's cool.
And that's just, I don't feel like we need to do that here. Or we not necessarily even need. We don't want to do that. I don't want to have a guest every show.
Yeah.
I'm trying to give my own opinions and talk my own shit. If I want to, if we want to spend 40 minutes on Bob Kraft, I want to be able to do that. If we want to spend 25 minutes on sneakers, I want to be able to do that. I want to be able to fluctuate the show the way I want to fluctuate it. Enough to give my opinion, man. To give my opinion, all of us. For you guys to give your opinions in the comments. For us to maybe go back and forth on some things. Maybe me open your eyes on some shit. You open my eyes on some shit. Nobody's wrong here. We're all giving opinions and we all feel a certain way. I just hope we're throwing out smart opinions and we're using factual analysis when we do. That's what I hope for.
You bet.
Out of this cast. So moving forward, Taylor, he's referring back to the Zion situation, college athletes getting paid, all that stuff. Man, these guys are getting hundreds of thousands of dollars in free education and on a national stage while they do it. In a lot of players' eyes, that's enough compensation. Millions of kids are coming out of college, though with amazing degrees and a future set up to make a lot of money, but they still owe that money back. These kids have the opportunity to make millions and not owe a dime. I believe they should set up an account for the players where the money accumulates each season, and if he or she graduates, then the money's released. What do you think?
I don't know, man. Do we want to just make it about paying that? What direction do you want to take it? I guess is the question.
For me personally, I think there's a couple things wrong with that. Number one, I think kids should be able to come directly out of high school into college, which there's now an agreement in place to do that, right?
Yes.
There's an official agreement that has been placed.
There's been a proposal, yes.
A proposal.
Because they had to do 1 year.
To the
Yes, they had to do one. It was one. That's why they call it one and done.
One and done.
So they were forced to do 1 year in college. I think they should go back to the LeBron James days where you just have.
And their goal is to get it done by the 2022 draft.
Okay, so I think they the issue there is I think they should go out of high school regardless if they want to. They shouldn't even have to go to college. Now, I agree with you. If you do go to college, you should have to stay there. If you choose to go to college, you should have to stay there for a minimum, like college football. You should have to be there 3 years. I think that's going to make the college game better. Now, not forcing you. If you want to go directly to the NBA, you're more than welcome to. But if you choose college, not only are you here to play the sport, you're here for the education. Now, that being said, I think they still need to get paid. There's a lot of players in college that are getting paid. That are playing sports that are not getting paid. So what do you do to all those people? I brought this up on the show last week. It's a slippery slope. It's a sticky situation. Do you pay everyone or do you pay no one? Do you pay some of the high-end, high-profile people and you don't pay the swimmers and the archery people as much? Like, what do you do here? It's just a slippery slope.
No sense out of it.
But here's the other problem with that, Taylor. You want to talk about putting the money into an account. That's still not helping them while they're in college, dog. That's the issue here is the kids need to pay for stuff while they're in college. They want to be able to take their girlfriend out for a slice of pizza. They want to be able to go to an event on a Friday night and have the money to do it.
College textbook costs? Like, it's insane.
Well, I don't know if that's included in their scholarship and shit. I don't know about all the details of that. But I know the pizza's not.
Yeah.
I know the freaking out on a Friday night going to take a girl to a movie is not.
College is expensive as.
So it's just.
I just think
getting geared up a little bit, having something nice to wear to the freaking out on a Saturday.
Those college kids are putting all they have to maintain that scholarship. Number one, and number two, they don't have any time. Their time is playing that sport. Because I'll be honest with you, I had a bunch of friends that got scholarships.
Yep.
That is it. That is all they have. And to not be compensated, do you want to come here every day and not be compensated and put all this work into editing the cast, editing, certified social media, all that stuff? Dude, eventually you want to get paid. You want to be compensated for all your time. What is your time worth?
Yeah.
That's what I got to say. And like you said, if you put it in a trust or you put it in a Roth or you put it in an account that you have no access to, that's not the point.
Right.
You can get that later, sure. Maybe that's almost like insurance money, like Zion insured his body for $8 million, right?
Yeah.
That's insurance money for later on. I don't need it later on. How about being compensated or having me, have something for all the work that I'm
this conversation's way bigger than Zion. This is about little Lucy, who's playing volleyball over here, playing softball. She doesn't get any money either, and she's going through the same battle. Zion could probably go get a loan for a bunch of money that they would give him on a super low interest rate because they know he's good for it. He's guaranteed to be going in the NBA draft, getting a bunch of money. So he doesn't really have as big of an issue. He can still go get a loan and get some money while he's in college and then pay it back. Little Lucy playing softball can't do the same thing. You know what I mean? So this is a bigger conversation about all of the student athletes, not just the big time superstars. Does that make sense? Mm-hmm. As far as paying and as far as them not having money throughout school either. Depending on, their parents' situation or whatever. So I see what you're saying there. I just think there's a few things that need to be worked out logistically, and I don't have those answers. I don't have all the answers to pay college players. I said it's got to be worked out. The logistics are tough, but I think they should be paid. The third eye, old farts. Get those trailer park Uggs out of here. We're still doing old farts, and not to mention, you gotta
take that L on the way out.
On that. For one, for two, trailer park and Uggs in the same sentence. You gotta
take that L on the way out.
What are we talking about here?
Well, I've heard in other countries that Uggs don't have quite the value that they have here, or the staple that they are.
So they're trailer park.
Yeah, I mean they're super high quality here. That PETA is against it, but PETA's not a big fan. But the quality and everything that we see, I just hit some JJ. The quality and everything. That they give is quite substantial, and there's no argument there. But in other countries, I have heard rumors or rumblings that Uggs are very frowned upon, where maybe they're not as valued, other places, and I think that's maybe what he means there.
Well, what I mean,
but I don't know.
Is I thought the Uggs were nice.
They're sweet.
It's not you kind of flipped me on them. Not necessarily I'm going to run out and purchase them this morning or today. But for one, I thought they were nice. For two, I thought it was a nice gift from your lady. So you could take the L on the way out. You could get the hell out of here. You could have a nice warm glass of shut the hell up.
You could trouble me for a warm glass of shut the hell up.
Anyways,
totally.
Yeah, those weren't too bad.
I think they were all right, man.
Because those were like my first that was the first time I got to see Ugg boots for men. I didn't even know that was a thing until now, and those weren't too bad.
Nice. Thanks, JJ.
All right, we got a couple different comments on the Cap situation. Mm-hmm. The homie, the Monday Midsole, always tune into the podcast. Listen, Cap did what we needed him to do to prove these companies will blackball excuse me, will blackball anyone who refuses to push their agenda or narrative. The man got what he was owed. You have a league that's 80% African-American/black who in 2019 does not want its players to have a voice for the voiceless. And then he also says, another thing, Cap never asked for $20 million from the AFL. It was the AAF, not the AFL, for one.
Correct.
The AAF,
Alliance.
the American Football Alliance, or Alliance of American Football, whatever it's called. He did ask for $20 million from them, dog. Like, you're letting your opinion, just like what I said, you're letting your opinion crowd the facts of the conversation. Go to profootballtalk.com, go to NBCsports.com, go to Sporting News, Washington Post, Complex. All these websites, these are not dirt sheets. These are people that report factual news.
I have one from tsn.ca.
New York Post. I mean, none of these.
Kaepernick wanted $20 million or more to consider playing with the league that had its debut last weekend. It's known. It's cited in many sources that he would not play in a league that just debuted for less than $20 million.
So I totally agree with that. I totally disagree with that point that he didn't ask for that. I think it was reported from multiple news outlets that he did ask for that, bro.
Yep.
And I think that's what we're getting confused here. As far as the rest of your comment, I'll get back to in a second, but you've got to understand this guy doesn't want to play football. If he did, you'd see YouTube highlights of him working out. You'd see him you'd see him like T.O. out doing sit-ups in the driveway, just trying to get some team to look at him and trying to say, hey guys, I'm ready, pounding the table.
Right.
Who's ready to come get me? I'm ready to go. You haven't seen any of that from this guy. You don't even know if he's in football shape. Let alone, you haven't seen him try to go to the CFL, try to go to the AAF. What is AA?
AAF.
AAF. You haven't seen him going there. You haven't seen him trying to reach out to do anything other than say, I'm being blackballed. It's not a good look for me. It doesn't look like you really trying to get back in the league. Johnny Manziel's trying to get back in the league. That's a guy that's trying, he went up, played Canadian football, not going very well, but he's doing it. He's on the team. This guy's asking for absurd amounts of money from a league that hasn't even played their first game yet.
Right.
They don't even know if they're going to fold. Of course they couldn't give him $20 million. So as far as the rest of the comment goes, I don't know. I can't really speak to that. I don't really know what. I'd have to get more info from you, dog. This is where I wish we could take callers, because I don't know what's the agenda or the narrative that the NFL's trying to push. What are they trying to? How are they not trying to let them have a voice? What are they trying to do to not? I need more specifics on that. You know what I mean? I guess if you want to talk about the kneeling and the anthem and all that stuff, I think that got confused. I don't think that was the best way to try to go protest social injustice, because immediately right off the bat, it was confused by the national anthem. Wait, what's going on? What is he protesting the national anthem? Yeah. Is he not like America?
Is it the military?
What is the deal? It was so convoluted and so confusing in the beginning. That was the issue. It wasn't the fact that the NFL was trying to silence him or not let anyone have a voice. I think he went about it in a way that was confusing. Yeah. That confused everyone, dog.
Because we're all used to being patriotic towards the national anthem. Right. We stand, we take off our hats, we hold our heart, or we put our hand over our hearts, and that's the way it is.
Everyone does what they do. Yeah, exactly. And so I'm not one of those people that says he shouldn't kneel. If you want to kneel, do whatever you want. Again, back to my convo with prostitution. Do whatever. People do what people want to do, man. I'm not here to be the police and get involved in everyone's decisions. I'm going to live my life. As long as what you're doing ain't affecting me, dog, do it. Do it up. You ain't affecting me or my family. I don't care.
And I think Kaepernick proved his point. I think he proved a lot of points with, the collusion case and all this. And I think his voice was heard. I think, Nike did a great campaign for him and with him. But yeah, I mean, my argument is I am with you. If he wanted to play football, we would see more. We would see workouts. We would see a football shape. We would see, but I do think his agenda was proving his point and making his voice be heard. And I think he did a great job with that.
And now the issue I had with it was that he didn't take it to the end. If you really thought you were being colluded against, and you really thought these owners were treating black players wrong, or they were keeping you guys voiceless, or all these arguments, why didn't you take it to the end? Yeah. That kind of makes the case for me. Like, why didn't you keep going? Why did you take the easy money? I understand you said he got what he was owed, and that's cool. But what about what the African-American people are owed? Isn't that the point here? Yeah. I'm not black, so it's hard for me to sit here and speak on this shit without getting stones thrown at me, but I'm trying to be as logical as I can about the situation, guys. The guy clearly doesn't want to play football, and he took the check and ran. He didn't complete the job. He didn't finish what he started. Right. So you're talking about what he's owed. What about what black people are owed, my dog? Mm-hmm. That's where I'll leave it.
Yep.
That's where I'll leave it, man. Let's move on to the next one. Again, as always, man, I appreciate you coming through. This one, I wanted to, this is about Kaepernick as well. So I want to give this, damn, this is long, bro. I don't know if I'm gonna get through this thing. AJ, geez, with the book. This is why it's tough to touch on this situation, man. Cause everyone has a opinion on it, and everyone's it's so long, it's so long winded on it. Everyone's feels a different way. All right, so here's my thing on the whole Cap situation. I'm for freedom of speech. As an 11-year military veteran, I support freedom of speech from anyone who decides to exercise their right to do so, as long as it's peacefully done. I think we agree on that. Mm-hmm. The issue I have is when people feel it's their right to do so while at their place of employment. If people who are signing your check tell you what is acceptable and what's not while in uniform, you need to follow the rules. There are consequences that come with not following the rules, and if you want to go against the rules, then you should not bitch about the consequences that go with it. How do you feel about that?
I think in most cases, working for a corporation myself, I agree with that. If it's not for you and you can't abide by these rules, then you probably can't play or you probably can't be here. So I do think there's some logic to it.
Right. That's where I think it comes down to more than skin color. It's not, I don't think that's the problem. Is all black players in the NFL, I get, like he said, 80% black in the league, mm-hmm. Monday Midsole. You got to get them all on the same page then, bud. I don't think they all, just because they're all black, that's the common thing they have, or that's the common thread there, or common thread, being black, but I don't think they all feel the same way. Mm-hmm. I don't think everyone feels the same way that Cap does. I don't feel everyone doesn't feel the same way that Cap does. I think they're mixed. Mm-hmm. And I think that's the issue, is you don't have everyone agreeing or disagreeing. You have a lot of people that feel a lot of different ways. Mm-hmm. I think a lot of people would agree that it was a convoluted, confusing way to protest. And then they think there's a lot of people that'd be like, yeah, there's social injustice going on. This is how he wanted to protest. Cool. I'm going to kneel with them and protest. I think you're going to get both sides. Doesn't mean either are wrong. That's the problem here. Right. Nobody is wrong. Nobody's right. It's just all of our opinions on the situation. Sure. And that's why when you involve the national anthem, I think it adds a confusing element and a way to protest. I think if you could have done it in a different way, it could have shed more light on that. Mm-hmm. It baffles me when sports athletes seem to argue this platform they want to use when it's convenient for them, but then call foul when they're told that it's not acceptable. I'm still waiting for Bennett to apologize, making his Las Vegas incident into a racial thing. Exactly what I said earlier. When all the videos proved it wasn't, and I got flamed for that too. You saw it. People in the comments were killing me. Thomas the Franchise doesn't like black people. Thomas the Franchise is da-da-da-da. And I was like, no, dog, that's not it at all. You guys are completely missing the point. And I got called every name in the book. I got told I didn't understand because I'm not black. I told I will never understand because I'm not black. I got hit with all that. And the only thing I could say is, guys, just watch the videos. Just watch the videos. I'm not saying that there's no injustice going on. I'm not saying there's not social injustice going on. I'm not saying that there's not bad police. I'm saying this wasn't that. This wasn't that incident. And so for us to try to make something into a racial incident that's not, you're no better than Jussie Smollett, whatever his name is. Mm-hmm. You're no better. You're part of the problem. You're not helping us move forward, bro. That's the issue here. Are you trying to stand for something, or are you not? Right. Because that's what confused me about when he took the settlement. Like, wait, I thought you were here, dog. I thought you were fist in the air standing for the people. I thought you were trying to complete something and accomplish something, not just get the money that you felt was owed to you. Mm-hmm. Because that's subjective. Yeah. The fact that you feel you were owed money is subjective. That's not even concrete. That's how you feel. The team may feel a different way, but you refuse to even have the convo. No one wants to have the convo. So that's where we're in this position of judgment. And we're in this position of going back and forth and trying to understand in a way that nobody can understand. This is no different from a service member being told not to partake in a rally's white uniform. There's no difference than a fast food worker who needs to take out a facial piercing while at work. No difference than an office employee having to wear a certain clothing that's provided by their company, because if they don't accept that, then they will be fired. Dal, you work in a corporate environment. Your company, you have to wear certain shirts. Mm-hmm. You have to wear certain shoes, mm-hmm. right? You have to do certain things.
And it's to protect the company's brand. And that's a big thing. You know, if I wore a non-T-Mobile approved shirt, number one, it's confusing to your audience. Yep. What are you doing? Do you work here? Can you help me? Can I not? Yep. And then also brand presence is everything. And T-Mobile's brand is in this case very, very awesome. And it is expected to adhere to these policies.
Yep. Also, since when is it a crime for a team to not want to sign anyone? It's purely a choice. on who the team wants and doesn't want to employ on their team? Why has no one just flat out and come out and say, I don't want you on my team because I don't want you to be the same. I don't want you to be on it the same way. I don't want all the non-signed free agents on my team. It baffles me that the teams and owners are given a bad name and a bad rap strictly because they don't want to sign someone. Last I checked, the employee can employ whomever they want. I don't fully agree with that, man. I think that's why the Rooney Rule exists, because of racism. Racism still, let's be clear. I mean, racism still does exist in this country. Racism existed for a long time in this country. Things have changed. I think things have certainly gotten better in certain instances, but I think they're still the same in certain instances. I think you still need certain things in place, man. The Rooney Rule's in place to say, hey, you got to interview a black coach before you hire anyone else. You've got to at least have a minority candidate in there. You've got to know that minorities are getting a chance. Minorities are getting a shot. Well, I'm being dead honest. When I saw Mike Tomlin was interviewing for the Pittsburgh Steelers job years ago, I thought the guy had no shot. I think the Steelers probably went into that thinking, we're going to interview this guy and bring him in. It'll be a nice story. You know, it's fulfilling our Rooney Rule obligation. I think Tomlin in the interview really turned them around and took the job. I think he ripped that job and made the Steelers realize, I'm the guy. And that's why we need the Rooney Rule. That's why we should employ everyone. That's why I don't necessarily think you should be forced to employ everyone, but I think you should have to interview a ton of different candidates for the position. But what you're saying is not the case. The owners don't give a shit. They will have any player on the team that can help them win. Why is Kareem Hunt signed with the Browns before he's even served his suspension?
Yeah.
We don't even know what the suspension's going to be. He's still on the commissioner's exempt list and he has a job because he's good, because he can play. Nothing else. Nothing to do with race. Nothing to do with anything. This is a man on video kicking a woman, committing a domestic violence crime. Although, regardless of the severity of it, you can be the judge of that. I'm saying he's on film doing that, and he's still in the league. He's got a job. So I don't agree that the NFL, yes, they can employ who they want, all that stuff. I don't think that this guy's not employed. It's because of the situation. He's employed because he can't play. Any team's going to take whoever they can to help them win.
Right.
How many times do we have to say that? No one's going to sit out of the league that can help a team win a Super Bowl. You know?
I agree.
It just doesn't make sense. All right, I got to move on, man. We're too late. But some more stuff on the Kaepernick. I don't agree fully with him. I don't agree fully with Monday Midsole. I'm kind of in the middle. I think you guys both have some points that are right on. I think there's some points that I'm a little bit on. I don't fully agree with it, but that's just me. That doesn't mean I'm fully right either. You know, we're all in this shit together. We all have different feelings. We're all come from different backgrounds and races and equality, non-equality, all kinds of different stuff, man. We're all just coming here together to have a discussion. So I just think we feel a little bit differently on it in certain aspects, and we agree in certain aspects. TTF, what's your current sneaker or streetwear holy grail? Dal, what is your sneaker or toy holy grail?
I think for shoe, I'll go back to the shoe that kind of started it for me, was the Bread 4. So I am really, really, really pumped to see the Bread 4 being retroed with the Nike Air on that ass in May. So that's probably one of my grails. And with the Nike Air, you're more keen to the retro or to the original version. So I'm really, really looking forward to seeing that back. I'm probably going to get 2 or 3 pairs of that bad boy. In terms of toy, so I have a lot of action figures. We've talked about it. We've discussed it. We've went over it. I mean, I could say there's a couple Ninja Turtle action figures brand new in the box that I don't have, but there's more that I do. So from that aspect, I just got to think about what my childhood was. I'd love to have a brand new original Nintendo in the box with the track with the track and field package. Where you can do that. Do you remember using the trackpad that you would run on the track and field pad?
Not really,
dude. You
for
could,
Wii, but
so you could run on
for
it,
regular
right?
Nintendo.
Yeah, for the original Nintendo, it plugged in just like a controller did, and you would run on it, and you would do the hurdles, and you do the high jump, and you do the long jump. So the trick was running, and then you jump off of the pad on the side on the long jump, and then wait a couple seconds and jump back on to complete your long jump or your high jump, and you would kill it. You'd be setting records. Dude, I would love to go back to that moment right now in the original packaging.
You would love to go back to the days you could cheat on video games.
Hell yeah.
Think you were tight.
That was my first cheat because everybody was doing the Game Genie. Not me,
the
dog.
Game Genie.
Not me, dog.
Gosh.
I was jumping on the trackpad, dude, jumping off of it, starting doing a jump off.
The Game Genie.
High jump, long jump. jump back on the pad.
Fire.
So I wish I could do that again. But what's yours?
I'll keep it short and sweet. It's either the Off-White Jordan 1 Chicago
Oof.
or it's the Red October Yeezy. But I'm in process for saving for one of those, man. I'm selling shoes and I'm saving up to grab one of those.
Build up that GOAT credit.
Ghost Life, TTF, hands down the best channel on YouTube. You guys always deliver. You guys make this shit look hella easy, LOL. Much love, as always, and keep them bangers coming. Glad I got to witness this before you guys blow up. Facts.
Dope.
Appreciate it, dog. Ghost Life coming through, one of the homies. Brett is in here. I think the most underrated part of Zion's incident is that that's the same pair he's been wearing since Jesus, I'm doing JJ style. I think the most underrated part, I don't know if he did that on purpose, that was punny, but the most underrated part of the Zion incident is that's the same pair of shoes he's been wearing since game 1 of this season. Too much force on those shoes all year. Those shoes were probably well beyond too worn to be playing in. I didn't know that.
I didn't know that either. No.
Makes way more sense now. The
If
fact
that
that
is the
everyone's
case-
flaming Nike, they looked new, but I guess if he's only wearing them on the court,
Yeah.
you know.
I would think if you're a college athlete or NBA athlete, man, you're getting new shoes at the beginning of every
especially if
game.
your school's sponsored by Jordan Brand or Nike.
Oh, shit.
You know?
So I don't know. If that is the
But
case.
maybe he likes to break them in too. He's
Yeah.
one of those players, you know, certain players don't like to wear brand new shoes every game.
Totally.
So yeah, good call there if that's legit. Mike the man, I'm an Android user and you couldn't pay me to switch to Apple personally. To each their own. I hate everything about the iPhone software. That being said, absolutely love the cast again, guys. Incredible format. Yeah, man, to each their own. You're probably a guy that should have Android. If you know the functions, you know how it works, you know how to use it.
Yeah.
We're more speaking about the people that don't know their elbows from their asshole.
Yeah.
Probably shouldn't have a
you
Android.
like control versus being controlled. And not that you are controlled with an Apple, but with Android, you can do whatever you want. You can go rip a song directly from Facebook. Can you do that with Apple? Get out of here.
I need control in my life.
Yeah.
I need a phone that controls me a little bit.
Stability.
Exactly. I need a lady that kind of controls, like keeps me. I do need stability, dude. Or else I'm just off the rails. I'm doing dumb shit. I'm making mistakes all over. I need stability.
You'd be getting in trouble. I'd be troubleshooting your Android
For real.
device, and I'd be kicking you out my store.
Yep. Colby, good old TTF, won't say the word fuck, but throws out, if my grandma had a dick, she'd be my grandpa line with ease. Yeah, it's all the same. I mean, it's better.
Yeah.
The F word's worse. My aunt's offended by the F word. She stopped listening to the cast.
Yeah.
Now she's back
She's
on
out.
it. She might be back on him.
And she said you don't want the smoke.
Podcast fam. Fire. Thanks again, guys. Appreciate it, Drew. Let's see. Black Prez. This is actually a comment from the previous cast, but I figured I'd post it here. TTF, last cast, you asked why it took Payless so long to go out of business. Check out this YouTube channel called The Company Man. It's a super random channel, but he goes over interesting stuff that has to deal with companies and that you would not already know. Anyway, this fool did a video on the rise and fall of Payless. Check it out. Here's the link. You might like it. Appreciate it, Prez.
Dope. We'll check
Coming
it out.
through. Yeah, I'm going to check that out. John's in. If my grandma had a dick, she'd be my grandpa. Classic. Everyone likes that one. I gotta take a shot for that. That was rude. Carlos. Great podcast again, as always, fellas. In my opinion, you guys spoke 5 times longer in the cast about paying athletes than anyone in the NCAA ever has, unfortunately. Those kids aren't ever going to get paid. The NCAA always wins. It's because it's monopoly. They're the one and only, man. They're the entity. But I think the voice gets loud enough through social media, through the athletes. I think this college athletes going straight to the NBA, I think it's going to all help in that conversation.
Yeah. I think the NBA is going to be a big advocate for helping.
Yeah, for
with
sure.
the NCAA, for sure.
My guy here from Ireland, I don't know if it's Neil or Niall. So hit me in the next one. Let me know so I don't keep messing your name up. Yo, guys, left this comment too late for you to see it on the last podcast, so just reposting it to make sure you guys see it. Hey, guys, just want to say I listen to every cast. Don't always comment, but I still love the content. And so sorry to hear about the past couple weeks. Just want you guys to know that there's always hope. Keep your heads up, keep moving forward, and keep positive. Also love listening to you guys on the way home from work. Was walking along and burst out laughing when you guys started talking about the Xmas presents on the roof and down the chimney. Had me cracking up. P.S. Turtles was basically my youth. Wishing you all the love and keep going. Shout out to the podcast fam. Peace from Ireland. Having a crake. Love the way you say Ireland. I think I don't know what a crake is. C-R-A-I-C, a crack, maybe a funny. Maybe he's laughing. Love how you say Ireland.
How do you say Ireland?
Ireland.
Ireland.
Do you say like Becky Lynch from WWE or Conor McGregor from UFC?
Try
Ireland.
Yeah, Ireland.
Ireland. Hey. Jefferson Jr. Obama's jacket is rags and bone mansion jacket with a custom stitching. Dude, I saw a rag and bone. That's so funny. I was just at shopping, dude, with my lady, and we saw a rag and bone jogger pants on sale in the Nordstrom rack. You know Nordstrom Rack.
Oh, I love the Rack.
$120 sweats. Sweats, bro. At Nordstrom Rack. $120 sweats. Ridiculous. I was like, what the hell is Rag and Bone? I'm paying $120 for Rag and Bone?
Wait, that's what they cost at Nordstrom Rack?
Rack, bro. Yeah.
Wow.
200 and some retail, like 279 retail or something.
I'm still out.
I know. That's funny he said that, though, because I just saw Rag and Bone the other day.
Interesting.
GoldenEye. Damn, guys, another solid podcast. I agree. College student athletes should get paid to cover basic living expenses. I actually commend the athletes that sold some of their PE Jordans. So you know they do PEs at Oregon, UNC, Florida, etc. Yeah. Smart hustle. I would do the same thing. Kids are selling their uniforms and shoes just to have extra spending money. Yeah. Why wouldn't they?
And they get in big trouble if it's tracked back to them, supposedly. But yeah.
The fact that this happens should sway the NCAA to consider paying players. What pisses me off is that universities punish the players who get caught doing it, just like you just said. It doesn't cost the school anything, and the players get to have some extra cash. What's the problem? It's a win-win. I totally agree, bud. The Blue Chill Jordan 1s are so clean. Really a shame that it was women's only. Women's extended sizing used to go up to 11, which is what a men's 9.5 is, until 2 years ago when they started sizing them up to a 12. Even the satin shattered backboard Jordan 1s only went up to a size 12.
Got 'em.
The Jordan 4 red singles days, the one Sal has, he wears around the shop here, those were women's only. That they actually were in bigger sizes. I was going to say that too. Those actually did go up past the women's.
Did they make
like
a 14?
Or 15, maybe. I think it was like, it might have been higher. I saw on sneakers, they were up super high. So franchise, you're right. This was another Yeezy frozen yellow situation where stores listed ghost sizes. So just like we talked about there, man, this Supreme Spring 19 free gift is so bad. Very bad. It is, dude. It's so bad. The shower cap. I think this will be the first time I'll be okay if it wasn't included with my orders. JJ, kudos to you for knowing the Supreme's box logos originated from Barbara Krugert's art.
Thank you.
Nice job, JJ.
Yeah.
Hell yeah. We'll give you a little bit of, we'll give you some of that.
Appreciate it.
All right, that's enough of that. Oh shit.
Enough of that. Hold on, let's double up.
Let's see. Brian from Philly. Killer cast last episode once again. I feel like TTF and myself grew up doing the same shit, just in different parts of the country as kids. WWE, Ninja Turtles, Super Soakers, baseball cards in the spokes, licking the big red wrappers and sticking it to our foreheads. Hell yeah, Stone Cold Steve Austin voice. Shout out to JJ for spotting the music notes. Didn't see it until the end when he said it. On the Zion tip, onto Zion, he said he had a prior. He said he has prior to this. Damn it, I think he fucked up. Wait. On to Zion. I'm doing JJ style. He said prior to this, he would have went to college even if they allowed him to go straight to the NBA. Now for the shoes. If you look at it, the zoomed in look, it looks like he'd worn several times the PG 2.5s. And so he's basically saying that same thing. It looks like he's worn the shoe a ton of times, and it's a guard style shoe, not made for a beast like him. No one should ever be wearing that shoe. It would be like Shaq wearing a Kobe 4. Lastly, as for Kaepernick, I did have your same viewpoint, TTF, but also saw some points made in his lawsuit for collusion, keeping him out of the NFL, and him getting the NFL to settle is proving his point of collusion because the NFL fights all the lawsuits till they win. If they think they are in the right, like Tom Brady, when they appealed the lawsuit, they appealed multiple times. I'm just glad it's over. Win for us, because I'm just glad it's over for us, and I'm just glad it's over for us, to be honest with you guys. He's blasting you. That was a JJ because he capitalized it all. Fuck, Brian, give me some paragraphs next time, dog. All this reading up jumbled up. Like when I read GoldenEye shit, it's kind of separated out. It makes it a little easier to read. Not that I'm not an idiot. I'm probably an idiot too, but just give me a little bit of a little spacing here because I can read it a little easier and I can keep flowing, especially with these really long ones. But basically, yeah, that was a blast at you guys. He was just being honest with us. But I appreciate all the stuff at the beginning. Oh, hell yeah, the Stone Cold Steve Austin blast, all that stuff. That's a really good point on the Kaepernick case there. I think I'm with you. I think there probably were some things in the NFL that he feels like were keeping him out, but I don't feel like he was being kept out fully because he went to Seattle. They offered to let him be the backup to Russell Wilson. What the Seattle ownership said and what Pete Carroll said is they felt like his focus wasn't on football. meaning that he was not there to play football. He was there for his cause. And they just said, hey, we just don't need that at this time. We need a legit backup quarterback for Russ. You know what I mean?
Oh.
And so that's the kind of situation there. Not to say that there weren't owners and there weren't teams that were trying to not sign him for the specific reasons. I get that. But there's also teams that would sign him if they feel like he could benefit.
Bet.
That's it. Jay Nasty. The heel at the bottom of that Dorn might symbolize his heartbeat or something along those lines. Just a thought. A lot of stuff on that.
That's kind of what I thought. Like maybe something with an EKG. So I don't know. But yeah.
DJ Crush came through, said def music notes. So he agrees. He thinks they're music notes as well.
Well, since he has DJ in front of his name, I'm going to say let's go.
He might. Keith, if you want to pay college athletes, just base it on market value like every other job in the real world. Opens up a can of worms with boosters, but that's the only truly fair way to do it. I agree. Yes and no. What do you think? I like the real world experience. I like if you open it up to the real world and you open it up in that aspect for people to get paid their market value.
Yeah.
I totally get that and I totally understand that. But here's the problem with that. And not only does it open it up an issue with the boosters, but it also opens up the issue with recruiting and which college do you go to? If you find out colleges are paying more for your certain sport, you're going to try to go to that school.
Yep.
That's going to mess up the flow of college recruiting and where people go.
Just like you said, Brittany Griner, she ain't going to Baylor.
She ain't going to Baylor, yeah.
You know?
She's getting paid by the UConn women. You know what I mean?
The Huskies.
Right.
Oh.
So that's kind of the issue there, dog.
Yeah, there's a lot. It's a big thing.
Decker, Firecast this week. In my opinion, I think college players should be paid. I mean, a bad injury like that could end a career and have huge implications on a player's life. Maybe just pay a couple top players per team, per sport, and it would make other players not getting paid want to work harder. Also, I still believe college athletes should be paid, and we wouldn't be talking about this being a problem if Zion didn't get hurt. I think we still would be talking about it being a problem. I think Zion getting hurt really shined the spotlight heavy on it.
Yeah.
It was like there was a little bit of light being shined on it, but now it's like,
now
okay.
Now it's under the microscope.
It's overwhelming. Yeah,
Right.
No doubt. CT Sneaker Freak. Zion weighs 285 pounds. He's heavier than every single current NBA player except for 7'3" Boban Marjanovic.
Recently traded to
on
the
Sixers. Yeah.
To the Phillies.
Now on the Sixers, who weighs 290. So yeah, we got back to that. I thought Zion was 245, 250, but we did say he weighs 280, 285.
Yeah, he's a big
later
dude.
on in the cast. Let's see. Brian, how often are you making a podcast? Damn. All the time, bro. Twice a week. Jay Nasty came through. So cool, man. I think that's pretty much everything there. We pretty much hit on all the comments. If I didn't get to yours, I'm sorry. We're just running out of time here. We got to kind of get out. We're approaching 3 hours. It's like a Teddy edition here. We just went way too long on a lot of stuff. So a lot of cast today. Anything more you guys want to close on? Anything else you guys need to hit on?
Good
cool. As always, man, we appreciate the comments. Next time we'll go with the comments earlier because I know there's probably going to be a lot on Kraft and Kelley and maybe more some cap shit. So I love the comments, man. Like I said, it makes me think about things in a different way. I want you guys to think about things in a different way. I want us to all be on the same side, but be able to have a conversation about stuff, man. If we don't agree, let's open our eyes a little bit. Let's have the convo about it. Let's talk about it and maybe get a different point of view or a different perspective we maybe didn't take into account in the beginning. With all that being said, man, as always, we appreciate you guys tuning into the podcast and we will see you fools Friday.